Are you looking to implement pay-per-click advertising into your real estate business? iSpeedTheLead.com is an a la carte PPC marketplace, allowing investors to get into the world of PPC on a budget. Browse and purchase PPC leads a la carte from all around the United States. These leads are from motivated sellers who want to sell now. So if you want to find motivated sellers using PPC, go to iSpeedTheLead.com. We got you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Closer Show, the show where we close motivated seller leads that did not end up selling on iSpeedTheLead.com. Today, we are joined with two absolute beasts, Geary and Sonja Ray, and they're going to be showing us how to pitch novations. One thing we like to tell everybody is that the more tools that you have in your tool belt, the better you're going to be able to close. If you're just doing wholesales, your conversions are going to be so low that it may not even make sense for you guys to be getting more leads in your pipeline. Once you guys are starting to expand your tool belt and doing creative financing and all these other things, then you're going to be converting on such a high level. And these guys are the masters at novations. So what we're going to be showing you guys is how they close. And it's going to be a fun day. So now everybody, welcome on.
Hey, what's going on?
How's you guys' day going?
Hey guys,
Beautiful
so good
sunny
to
day
see
in
you here.
Arizona.
Thank you guys for being here. I'm so freaking excited for this. Corey, you and I go back a little bit, and dude, this is just absolutely incredible. I mean, you are someone that, dude, at this point, ask anybody in the REI industry about novations, they're gonna mention your name. Like, you created that brand for yourself. And dude, there's documents being passed around for novations. Somebody sent me a contract. It was like the one that you put out there into the industry. So I was asking for one of my customers. I'm like, hey, anybody got a copy of a novation contract? If they send it over, I'm like, oh shit, this looks like Corey's business name. So, dude, my absolute compliments on that whole process, and it's super excited to have you.
Yeah,
Sonja,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Sonja, I've been in this game for, probably a little over 5 years. I remember talking to you when you were like starting out, when you were like cold calling, like practicing and stuff, and then you're like with Tiffany High. You're working with Corey. I'm super pumped for you guys to come together. That's going to be incredible. So I'm super blessed to have you guys on the show. And hey, Liam, thanks for bringing these guys in. This is amazing.
No problem. So Corey, how'd you get your start in real estate?
So I got started back at the end of 2016. I was a blackjack dealer in a casino for 17 years, actually. And I had saved some money up while I was dealing cards. It was a good paying job, very comparable to like being a bartender. I was making about 140 grand a year. And I was saving some money up. And then we used to watch that Flip or Flop show, Tarek Al-Musa, that everyone knows about. And we're watching that show. And then my girlfriend at the time was a part-time realtor. And she goes, why don't you flip a house so I can list it? I was like, I don't know. Why don't I flip a house? It looks easy enough. 30 minutes to make $80,000. And literally the next day, I'm on my morning run, and I see one of those signs, those bandit signs, says fix and flip, buy price 250, ARV 350. I stop on my run. I called that phone number. It was from a company called Net Worth Realty here in our local market. I bought the house. Took me 6 months, and I made $8,000. So that was my very first real estate deal I ever did. I was going to local RIAs at the time and met some wholesalers, bought a couple more from wholesalers, and then I got my ass spanked and I lost. I had a partner at the time, and we lost $250,000 on 4 houses because he just saw a mark on our head. He took us to the cleaners, and we didn't know what we were doing. And I was literally left broke. And I'm like, I'm wondering how these wholesalers get their deals. And I went on Google and I typed in, how do wholesalers get deals? And Mr. Sean Terry popped up, and I went down that rabbit hole, and that was the start of my real estate journey. So I mean, it's been amazing since. It's changed my life, complete 360. And I actually met Sonja here right in the beginning of that journey. We met at I think it was a Justin Colby event, or it might have been Sean Terry's. I can't remember.
It was Justin Colby's event is when we first met, because I was standing there right next to you, and I was like ear hugging on you because I heard you were like a dealer in poker, and not poker, excuse me, blackjack. But I just like I like the casino, I like poker, so I'm like, oh, this is cool. And we've just always just from there, it's also too is like the power of one like meetups and the power of networking, because ever since from that point of time, like him and I had like stayed in touch and in contact with each other.
Yeah, and now we're working together, which is amazing. So it's been quite the journey. I'll tell you that. I've been loving it. So thank you so much, guys, for having us on. This is going to be awesome.
It's going to be so much fun. So you guys are known as like the Novation Masters. And for those of the uninitiated, explain the structure of a novation.
So novation. So I'll break it down. Novation means replacement of contracts. So where you're assigning a deal, you're staying in the middle, you're the middleman, and you're assigning the rights of the AB contract over to the investor. Where novation, we're getting the contract from the homeowner. We're going to market with the MLS, we're marketing it to retail buyers, conventional FHA, VA buyers, and then we're taking that contract from the retail buyer and trumping the AB, and then we get paid by putting a notice of interest in the property. And that's kind of a 30,000-foot overview. There's a lot more into it than that. I really went down the rabbit hole of novations because we went nationwide wholesaling in the beginning of 2020, discovered a lot of pain points. One being, when you're in these multiple markets, you don't have a good buyers list. We were getting a lot of rural leads, which in PPC happens. And the novation thing, it kind of fixed that pain point, because as long as you see there's MLS activity in that market, you're able to novate, and as long as the house is livable. And what's great about PPC leads, let me touch on that. On PPC, you're not targeting a distressed list like foreclosures and tax default and all these homeowners coming from PPC. It's everything under the umbrella. So I found about 80% of our leads from PPC are good livable houses. So they work well with the novation model. So anyone on here thinking about doing PPC, it is a fire strategy for marketing on the novation side of things, because you do need to have a livable house to novate. If you got a fire burned house, or if it just needs like 120 grand, you're gonna want to go ahead and just wholesale those. But we don't target distress, so the PPC leads work wonderful for the novation model.
So what would the carrots be in terms of, somebody they don't have the time to list it on the market? You're getting a contract, listing it right away, and then strategizing your MLS listings to get it sold quickly? Or how do you get over the pain point of, I don't want to take the time to list, I need the money now? If
they need the money, you need to dive into the conversation with the seller. You're going to have that high level, deep conversation. Novations is not a fix for bad negotiation skills or having those high level conversations. If the seller is needing that money next week, and that's just the only way they're going to be able to transact the deal, then you have to go and wholesale it. Novations, you have to have a livable house. You have to have a little time, because you are going to go to market and you're going to sell that to a conventional buyer. And then you have to have access. If you don't have those things, you can't novate it. But what you'll find is most of these sellers, especially from PPC, we're not targeting distress. They have a little time. The reason why they are calling us is because they want convenience. And so with our novation model, we're still able to offer them that convenience factor, because we call it our concierge service. We're able to take care of the whole transaction for them and still give them their net number at the end of the day. So that is why they're calling us. But you have to figure out exactly what it is that they're trying to accomplish through the sale of the property before you go ahead and offer that novation. Like you said, if they need their money next week and that is there's no other way, then you're going to go ahead and just do the wholesale offer or cash offer, because a novation is not going to work. You are going to need time. And with these homeowners, transparency is key when it comes to novations. If you're in a rural market and you say that you're seeing the average days on market of 60 days, then guess what? That's what you need to be telling the homeowner what the timeline is going to be, because the transparency is key for these deals don't blow up. And that's one reason why I like novations over wholesale. Wholesale, you're keeping it secret from the homeowner that you're selling the contract. You're keeping it secret from the buyer on how much you're making. And novations, you don't have any of that stuff. It's full transparency across the board.
So I think Mario here has a good question. He says, usually when sellers contact investors, it's because they don't want to list with realtors. Wouldn't doing a novation fall in the same category? Could you just highlight the main differences between listing with a realtor and then doing a novation?
Yeah, the reason why they don't want to list with a realtor is because they don't want to deal with the market process. They don't want to deal with inspections and appraisers and doing the repairs. which we do all for them. We let them know that we are not realtors, but we're going to handle the transaction from A to Z. All you got to do is sit back and collect your check. They don't deal with anything. And you're still going to push them. They might say like, oh, my sister's a realtor. Why don't I just list with her? Go ahead and list it with her. That is one of your options. We do the same thing in wholesale. In wholesale, anytime they give you an objection, push them towards the objection. That is a negotiation 101 that like John Martinez teaches. So you're always going to have objections. This is not going to be the cure-all, save-all for your deals and for your leads. They're always going to give you pushback. But you want to express the convenience that we're bringing to the table. This is a white glove service, concierge. You don't have to deal with the realtors. You don't got to deal with the inspection. You don't got to deal with the appraisal. You don't have to deal with the title company. We are going to take care of everything for you from A to Z. You got to sign the final closing paperwork. That's it. And sit back and collect your check. That's all. You really want to express the convenience that we're doing for them. That, it's the white glove service. So. But you're still going to get some people that are going to go, well, I'm going to go list the property to my realtor. Go ahead and do that. And you get that in wholesale too. They're exploring their options, and it's our job to be able to give them as many options as possible.
Perfect. I think that makes perfect sense. So Sonja, you are the sales beast. Are you ready to get dialed and show us how it's done?
Yes, I am. Now, are you guys going to be able to tap into the phone here from what I'm listening to? We didn't check.
It's got to be loud.
Yeah.
It's got to be on the loud.
It would have to be pretty loud. Is there a way that you have a speaker system you could play it out of? Man, yeah, we didn't cover that initially. You're the first person who's uploaded that, so we haven't ran into this problem before.
Well, how do you normally do it then?
People just dial in from their cell phones. Put it on speaker.
Oh, okay. Let me see if this will work. Hold on.
It's so funny. We get in here and Sonja immediately goes, yep, I've uploaded all of it. And it's like, wow, we've been meaning to do that for like weeks and we just haven't gotten around to getting it worked up yet. In the meantime, Corey.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Gene, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was going to say, in the meantime, Corey, just tell us about your Novation Nation program.
Novation. So Novation Nation is just a course that we created that teaches A to Z exactly how we conduct novations, how the scripting works, how all the paperwork, which each instrument does. There's 5 different instruments that you need in a novation process. And we break it down for A to Z and supply all the paperwork with the scripting. So that's just the course, and that's Novation Nation. We also have a mastermind, which is New Age.
Hi, is Eugene available?
This is Eugene.
Hey, Eugene, this is Sonia. How are you doing today?
Hi, Sonia. I'm doing great.
Good. Hey, I was just trying to follow up. I'd seen you done an inquiry earlier in regards to a property you were possibly looking to sell now or here in the near future.
Yes.
Awesome. Did I get you at a bad time?
No, you're fine.
All right, beautiful. What'd I catch you in the middle of?
Green Bay Packer game.
Oh, are we at least in halftime?
No, that's all right. That's all right. We can talk.
Okay. All right. So who are we rooting for?
Of course, the Packers.
The Packers. All right, cool. All right. I'm going for the Packers because you're going for the Packers. We're Packers. All right, cool. All righty here. So I just want to confirm I have the right address. I have you at 602 South Birch Street.
That's our address.
One more time, please.
Yes, that's our address.
Okay, perfect. And just curious, how long have you been considering selling for now?
Just for a couple weeks. About a week, I guess.
About a week? All right. What happened to
I actually am taking another position for a job in another city. So.
Oh, nice. Are you going to be staying in state or are you going out of state?
Yeah, I'm staying in state.
Okay. Is there any kind of like ETA when you're supposed to be starting this the job?
Yeah, I'm starting probably in probably about 3 weeks, but my wife will be staying at the house and I'll just be traveling back and forth for the weekends.
Okay. So, and then this is your primary residence, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I hear you. All right.
And who are you with?
Oh yeah, cash offer option. Great question.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it sounds like your wife is going to stay behind for a bit. Is she just kind of doing that? I mean, you guys have kids. I mean, why not everybody just move at once?
Nope. So we just want somebody to stay in the house while I, get down there and get settled with. We're going to rent for 6 months, and she's just going to kind of watch the house and all of our property until we find something that we want down there.
Okay, completely understandable. Have you guys been kind of like peeking around on the internet yet?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we have a bunch of good leads.
Okay, perfect. How's your wife feel about this whole move?
She's okay with it.
She's okay with it? All right, perfect. Okay, so in regards to all this, I mean, what kind of timeline were you guys looking at with selling the property?
We'd like to sell it, a month or two.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna, we want to get the right offer beforehand. We haven't got a realtor involved yet, so we're trying to do it on our own right now to save money and save somebody else money.
Gotcha. So you mentioned the right offer. When you say that, what does that look like for you?
I mean, we're asking $135,000, but we'll go, we'll depending on, we may go lower.
Okay, so it sounds like you're a bit flexible.
A bit, yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot, but a bit. We're not going to lose money on this. So.
I hear you. Well, I'll definitely see that, I'll try to do the best that we can. So normally what we do here is that I'll just go into getting just a little bit more in regards to conditions of the property. And then from there, I'm going to take it over to my underwriter. He'll let me know what the property qualifies for. So basically my overall goal is just to make sure I get you and give you all that information that you would need to see if this is going to be a good fit for you and your wife. Or not, and and if it doesn't work out, a no is perfectly okay. Sound fair?
Okay, yep.
All right, beautiful. Okay, let's see here. How old is that roof?
The house roof, I believe, is 7 years old.
Okay.
The garage roof is older. That is going to need redone here after a bit.
Okay.
For some reason, one side is good and the other side is going a little bit. So.
Oh.
Kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when you say going, like, what does that kind of look like?
You can just see the shingles are just looking a little rougher on one side than the other.
Okay. But have you noticed like any like water damage or anything like that kind of going on?
No. Zero.
Zero.
No
Okay.
water damage, no leaking, anything like that. No.
Okay.
The garage is all insulated, and it's just plyboard on the outside. But I want to say it's redone. So.
Okay. I gotcha. And then I'm sorry if for some reason it's not showing here. It didn't pull. How many bedrooms and bathrooms is this?
3 bedrooms, 1 bath.
1 bath. Okay. All right. And have you done any updates or upgrades at all to the kitchen or bathrooms?
Yes. The kitchens have all new flooring.
Okay.
All new paint. We've upgraded the sink to a 1-piece farmer's sink.
Oh, those are nice. It's really nice. I like that. Coming from the woman side of things, when you're putting the dishes in there, just having that big sink, it makes it beautiful.
Yeah, and then we upgraded to a 5-foot by 5-foot brand new window also.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
All right. So it sounds like you didn't do the countertops or the cabinets at all. They're still original.
Countertops are all redone.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
And what kind of countertop is it?
It's just a regular countertop with what is it? Yeah, Formica countertop.
Formica.
And we redid the whole surface of it.
Okay. All right, great. And then you said you redid the bathrooms too?
The bathroom floors, yes.
Floors, okay. Now, when you say the floors, I'm assuming it's like you did a new tile?
No, not a tile. It's what is it called? It's a wood laminate.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how long ago did you guys do that?
About
Oh my goodness. That was just, wow. That's super, not long ago.
The windows have been about 2 months.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the HVAC, how old is that? The heating in there?
87.
From 1987?
Yep, the unit is.
Okay.
In the furnace is the same. We just had all of the burners, everything cleaned inside and out, and the individuals that did it said that they would not even bother changing it out. So it's in really good shape.
Awesome. Okay.
We did not. So.
All right. Yeah, if it's still working, might as well not mess with it.
Well, I mean, for what we pay for heat and gas here, it's great. I don't know if it's just that well insulated or what, but we don't pay a lot.
That's good. I mean, didn't you mention earlier that you insulated it not too long ago?
No, we have never insulated this.
Oh, wow.
When we were redoing the windows, we saw that they had like triple insulation. So they had the inside insulated with the walls. Then they have a like inch and a half not plyboard. It's like an insulation board that goes all the way underneath the siding also. So they have like 3 layers of insulation on this.
Dang. They really were making sure that when it stays heated, it stays heated. When it stays cold, it stays cold. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right. With the plumbing and electrical, is that all in good condition?
Everything in good condition. Yeah, we still have the what's it called? What they do, honey? The inspection. We still have the inspection. That's only about a year old, a little under a year old.
Okay. Great. All right.
And of course, we've updated with lighting on the ceiling fans and so forth.
Okay. Any other kind of updates or upgrades or any special features that you guys added to the place?
Yeah, we have a enclosed wooden fence that we installed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in the backyard. I think that's really. The windows. We have all the windows are upgraded new. What else? Paint throughout the entire house, all the rooms, all fresh new paint.
So just inside, right? Not outside?
Yeah, just inside.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, I mean, knowing that you're not going to have any closing costs, you don't have to worry about realtor commissions, you're able to sell it as is and work on a closing time frame that does work best for you and your wife. With that all being said, what would be that best price that you could do at this point in time with the property in its current condition?
Well, I mean, I'm really not sure. I mean, I know what the house is worth and so forth. I think I would kind of let you guys come back with an offer to see if I could say it was too low or too high. I don't really want to say right now. So, I mean, I guess that would be something where Marcy and I would have to talk about too, my wife and I, and so forth. So also in this house, along with the 3-bedroom, so this house used to have a 2-car garage, attached garage to it.
Okay.
And that 2-car attached garage is now a huge living room with French doors on it.
Oh, so it doesn't have the garage anymore it's just more living space.
It's a living space now, but they built a 2-car garage behind the house.
Oh, okay, perfect.
About a 2.5-car
2.5-car
garage.
garage. Oh, nice. Okay.
So the footage is 55 square foot. So it's almost 1,400 square foot, the house.
Okay. I'm going to assume that you guys haven't had that adjusted at all for tax purposes. That's showing on the auditor site?
Yes, everything was adjusted.
It was adjusted. Okay. And that was all permitted?
Yep, everything.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. All right. And then, other than you finding the rental place and getting all, stuff packed up and whatnot. Was there anything else that you guys would need to take care of? If we were able to come to an agreement with the property?
No, that would be about it.
All right, great.
Paperwork and the packing and all that stuff.
Right. That's a bunch of fun times right there. Not really, but.
My new company is actually helping us out. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a good company.
Yeah.
That's really good. All right. And then, other than your wife, would there be anybody upset if you didn't speak with them first before making the decision on moving?
No.
Okay. All right. And there's no back taxes or liens that's possibly attached to the property that you're aware of?
Nope, there is zero. We just have our loan on it. That's it. We
Just
just
a-
talked to our loan officer. So.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me see something here really quick. All right. And this is your cell phone number, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to shoot you on over my contact information. And then as well, too, is this email that I have, the bulldog_a? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first text you on over my contact information. But in the meantime, too, is I'm going to send you over information because I'm going to see, because we have this new program that we just came out with, but only a small amount of properties actually qualify for it. So I'm going to see if we're able to get that qualified for you guys, because sometimes we're able to get that amount that people are looking for. But like I said, it's a new program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over just some of the literature about it, just so you and your wife can get a little bit more of an understanding beforehand, before I give you guys a call back to find out and give you what the offer is for the property. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay. So yeah, let me do this. I'm going to get this stuff on over to my underwriter. I should be able to get back with you in regards to this within the next half hour or so. Is the game still going on, or would you be available? And normally it'll only take about 5 minutes to kind of go over what the property qualifies for, and as well too, if it does in fact qualify for that new program, just a little bit of going over that too.
Call back. That's fine.
I can go back? Okay, perfect. And then in the meantime, did you have any other questions for me?
What's that?
In the meantime, did you have any other questions for me?
Nope, not at all.
All right, beautiful. Well, let me get to work on this. I'll give you a call back within a half hour. In the meantime, go Packers.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. Talk to you later. All right. Bye. There you go.
That was awesome. That's great.
Did
I
you do any
think that
Go ahead.
Who's got music?
that's Gene.
He's partying
Gene's
over
in the
there.
Yeah. So, Sonia, your leading questions were so great. Every single one of them, would there be anybody else upset if you didn't talk to them about selling the property? I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, oh, is there any other decision makers on this property? Because it sounds salesy. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to sound salesy. You want to sound different than everybody else out there. So that was one of the big things that I have a lot of different sales training, guys. So not only did Sandler's system, I did John Martinez. I also even too have a little bit of Grant Cardone. I did the Cardone University. There is some principles that you can take away from, and you'll hear it when I pitch the guy in the Novation. But yeah, I don't want to sound salesy, and that's something that they really talked about and honed in on over at Sandler. And don't ask, is it the decision maker?
I love that. Yeah, just rephrasing the questions to make it a much more natural conversation. I like that. I think
Corey.
Josh wrote it down.
I gotta get to this one, Corey. This is such a big question, brother, because I mean, just talking to so many of my customers and so many Speed to Lead members that are doing wholesale deals and that kind of know a little bit about Novation or heard it or whatever. And there's this great misconception that I would love for you to address. And it's the way that everybody else think what the people think Novation is, where they think that it's like you have to wholesale or fund the flip or flip the house and all that stuff. Somebody just asked, like, what's the difference between this Novation and the Novation that Pace refers to? And I can tell every fucking buddy and their mother is referring to Novations like the way that is freaking difficult and hard and everything else.
So, and I'll just try to give a 30,000-foot overview answer without getting too much in the weeds, because we teach it way different than what Pace does and Eric Brewer. We've got our own style. They're more doing like novations for like a fix and flip and partnering with the homeowner. We don't do that with novations. We're actually, think about it this way: wholesaling without taking possession. That is the best way to picture it in your head. It's just wholesaling out taking possession. So literally, you see that she's having the exact same conversation with the homeowner on the front end, and then she started working the novation there towards the end, and then she's gonna flip the script in the back end when she sends the paperwork. Hey, I pushed really hard. I was able to get you qualified for our new concierge service. Not many properties qualify for this, and she's gonna go into the whole the concierge service program. And you don't take possession. You're not putting in $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 unless you have a financial risk threshold that you want to do that. But most of our deals, man, are less than $5,000. All we're doing is we're letting the inspector come in, that the financing, the buyer who has financing, do the inspection, and they're telling us what we need to do to make the property pass inspection. And here's a little key: if it's cash or conventional, you could just do a buyer credit. You don't even have to fix anything. So if you want to do novations and not have this risk of doing repairs and putting money into the property, just list it for cash and conventional. The only time you got to put repairs in if it's FHA and VA, because they have to have those certain items fixed to pass the financing contingency. So that's a key thing. We used to in the beginning list with all FHA, VA, conventional cash, and I ended up having 8 properties I'm doing repairs on. It was too much. So most of our properties now we're just listing for cash and conventional. But conventional financing, man, it's beautiful. It's almost like cash. So, but the way they teach it, it's more like they're going to go in and fix up the property, actually make it HGTV style, partner with the homeowner. They even actually teach, this is what I don't like, to hold the homeowner's proceeds. So they get what's called a power of attorney signed. They sign the final closing paperwork. They hold they get the owner's proceeds sent to them, and then they pay out those monies to the homeowner. We teach it completely different. That makes me very uncomfortable holding the homeowner's proceeds. I don't want to touch anyone else's money ever. It's just asking for me to go to court and get in trouble. And so we don't teach that way. So we try to merge it more like wholesaling, right? It's wholesaling on market, wholesaling without taking possession. That's the best way to wrap your head around it. They teach it more.
And I just want to say, for what it's worth, and I think Corey's reputation kind of arrives before him with this novation stuff. I don't even have to say this, but dude, we've got a partner. We've got a JV partner, Keon Razi, right?
I know Keon.
Gentleman that, yeah. He put together a conference we were at the other day, right, in Miami. Him and Ricardo and Keon. We've got a JV relationship with him, right? So we send him a volume of leads that we pay for, and he closes them novation, and he got it, and he learned it from you guys, and they were doing them before in some other way, and it was not working too well. Now they're doing it the Corey way, dude. I'm getting all kinds of paid right now from that shit.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I'm not usually, I don't like to flash checks and all that. I don't like doing that. But dude, we got 8 fucking closings in beginning of January. Title companies are super busy, 8 fucking JV closings. Hey, I'm only getting a chunk. I'm only getting whatever 30-40% chunk. I don't give a shit, dude. It's hot, and they're getting way more money than they would wholesale. And so I'm like, dude, every freaking one of my customers, every one of these Speed Lead members, gotta know novations until, 2 years from now, this shit who knows if they're going to pass some law or whatever. You got to get it while it's hot and stack your cash this way. I mean, you at least got to know the strategy behind your tool belt. And dude, Corey's got a coaching program. It's not like one of them, like, it's not like a 20,000 coaching program. It's not a 10,000 coaching program. It's not even a 5,000 coaching program. It ain't even a 4,000 or 3,000 coaching program. You got to get in this shit. If you do, I'll personally, we got like 100 people watching this right now. If you jump into Corey's Novation, I want you to do it so bad, because you're going to convert so many more of the leads I send y'all into deals. I need you to get, I'll give you $400 in speed to lead coupon codes if you pick up Corey's program. That's how much I want you to get it. $400 in speed to lead coupons. You will get, use this link right here down below. I'm going to forego my whatever affiliate commission I get from Corey, just so you can learn Novations, man. That's how much I think, how important I think this is. I've been doing lead gen for wholesalers for so long. There's nothing like this strategy, and Corey's relentless with like innovation and new stuff. So I just my couldn't recommend it anymore. I'm shouting from the mountaintop about it. This is awesome.
Love it. Thank you, brother. Yeah, a part of the key was, just going out there and split testing and trying everything possible under the roof, right? Until I find stuff that works, and, going to different real estate attorneys, having them to draft up this doc. Oh, that didn't work too well. Going to another. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on the paperwork. And it's just, that's also key to really conducting a good novation. You got to make sure you have the good paperwork. And like I said, there's 5 instruments that are critical in the novation deal process. So.
Yeah, but even if you have paperwork, knowing what to do and how to set it up and put it in place. So you can have all that all you want. That's great, but you need to know how it all works. So this, like Gina already said, your paperwork is floating around out there. But what good is it going to do somebody if they don't know how to use it?
This is key. Do you want? We can comp that property real quick. What's the address?
Please.
I can pull the comp on it real quick.
And Sonia, you can just type that in the private chat, and then that'll come. Nobody else can see that.
I wasn't sure because it said host and other guests, so I didn't know if the other guests were like the other people that were watching the show. So
luckily, no. That is everybody on here would be considered guests.
Gotcha. Okay. It looks like this guy just bought this place.
This is the one I looked at earlier, and I didn't see many comps. But let's take a
So
look.
Naaman, we're giving this guy a call back in just a moment. We've set up the pitch for the novation, and they're doing it in a 2-parter. So they'll be calling him back.
Give him a call back in 15 minutes.
Sweet.
Then.
So something else that I always do, and I always recommend anybody when they're on the phone with people, is you're taking notes. So I have this little fancy electronical notebook, but you can use, yeah.
I need one.
I've saved a lot of paper on this stuff because usually it was old school, just notebooks and just writing down what's going on, the key information, the pain points, and those kind of things. Because as well, when we talk later and I reiterate some stuff with him, he's really motivated. So I don't have to really develop that. But it's just really good to have this stuff. You write it down while you're talking with them so that you can still stay engaged with the conversation and not busy here typing, because at times when you're typing and talking, you're going to miss something. I've noticed that. I've been doing this long enough. So
there's a connect when you physically write it down that it like reiterates it in your brain. And when you're typing something about the different sort of focus where it disconnects, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, I need to get one of those actually. Now I haven't even thought about that. So I go through like 2 of these a week. I mean,
and as well too, this thing is neat because like after this is over, I can just erase it. I'm done. I can put the notes in the system that I need to keep, that I want to keep, and everything else is gone. And then if I wanted to keep this, I can, there's a section I can have a notebook. I can have different folders. It's really wonderful. So like I said, I'm semi-organized. I'm not fully, but semi.
So what was his asking price? I don't remember.
$135.
135.
And he said he's flexible.
Yeah, he better be, because I'm not seeing any comps. And let me go out a little bit more. I see the highest comp in the area at 105. I'm going to go out a little bit more and see if
that's what I was seeing, because I was seeing. Are you seeing that this guy just not that long ago just bought this place? It seems like.
Yeah, I do see that. Okay, I did find a.
At least you have recent pictures.
There's a 150, so okay, that's good. And the good news is, if the pictures are accurate online, it looks like it's in pretty good shape, which it sounds like he has taken care of the property, which is what we like in novations. We want good livable properties, right? So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could probably. I found another 130 comp too. We probably could list it retail around the 130 mark, as long as the pictures are an accurate representation of the property, which we will find that out once we get our local realtor boots on the ground, which is what we always do. We always use local realtors in our novations deals. So,
Corey, there's some good objections that people are, questions, right? But to me, they're objections, because these people want to buy the program. They're wondering if there's states where you can't do it, and can you do it in Texas?
Yeah, you could do it in Texas. We've done it plenty in there. The only states you really you might have issues with are the states that outlawed wholesaling. And I thought, novations might have been a fix for it, and I still think it is. But like we have a deal in Illinois right now, and it closed and funded. And the flat fee listing service that we use for that deal is under investigation for fraud. And so they found our deal, and now they're investigating us. And they're like, they called us and said, well, your wholesaling is illegal in Illinois. And I said, well, I didn't wholesale this deal. I novated it. And they said, well, did you go on the chain of title? I said, no, I didn't go on the chain of title. They said, well, that's wholesale. I said, well, it's not wholesale. I have an attorney involved. It looks like we're going to be okay on the situation. But so just be mindful if you're playing in states where, there's Illinois, there's Oklahoma, that kind of, have some of these laws. Just talk to an attorney. That's all I'm going to say is talk to an attorney, because you aren't going on title. That's the biggest thing. You're not going on the chain of title through the transaction. So that's why Illinois looks at it like, well, you're trying to wholesale. No, I wasn't wholesaling, but, So I'm seeing we probably maybe could do it for 130, list it. So the way you make a novation offer is it's very similar to where you'd make the way realtors make retail. They let know what the retail agents are going to be netting. You're going to take out the realtor fees. You're going to take out the title fees, and then you take out your fee, and then any projected inspection repairs had they express, like if he needed a new roof, if he needed a new HVAC, how's the wiring. But it sounded like he kept good care of the house. Sonja, is there anything he brought up that we need to talk about? I didn't hear the whole conversation.
The only thing that I see that's going to be a thing is the HVAC, because that was 1987. The other thing was the roof for the garage needs to get redone.
Okay. So not a big deal either way. So, I mean, just like cash, the deeper you get, the better. But the junk fees, you figure about 7% in junk fees. So I'm going to take 130 times 0.07. I get about 9,000. So we'll call it 10,000. So we're at 120 before we take out our fee. And now it's up to you as the investor, the negotiator, to negotiate your fee in. So we're at 120 right now with the junk. You always have the junk fees, and that's the same when you do any retail transaction. Now it's up to Sonja on how deep she wants to go on getting that our spread. Ideally, we'd want at least 10 grand, right? But sometimes we get 20, sometimes we get 50. I don't remember if he had a specific reason why he needed that 130. What we call need price.
He's thinking that's what the property had went for. Like the properties are selling for around him.
He's about right. There's not a lot of action on it for 130. There's a couple comps, and then there's a few at like 110, 105. So he's seeing the better properties from what they're listing for. So he's not off the mark. So obviously on cash, that'd be a different story. On cash, especially in this market, which is a little bit more rural. I mean, we would need to be probably around, let me do the numbers. Probably around 80 grand. And that's probably on a little on the higher side. So I'd want to be around 70 to 80 on cash. Where on Novation, I think if we're 100, even 110, if we need to be, we can make the Novation work. So,
and Sonia, just keep in mind for your next call, you don't gotta call them all, because what we do for the show, right? I mean, like the best leads sell out right away on iSpeed to Lead. So what we got on the show is the stuff that hasn't sold for 24 hours and stuff like that, right? Like stuff that got walked by. But every fucking show, we still do a deal. So we're making a slight suggestion there, like, hey, so you don't have to pick. You can actually like be picky with the markets on the list of leads that you got. This should be a shitload.
When I uploaded it, I'm just going down the list.
I got you. Yeah, there will be a couple rurals in there for sure.
Okay.
this house is a very livable house, was what we love for Novations. So it's a good product. He's just a little bit, his pricing right now. He's at retail pricing without any fees taken out. If you were to list it for the realtor, he's going to pay those fees anyways.
Right.
So
Are we looking like we're ready to call him back?
In about 10 minutes.
want to do one other call while we're waiting?
Yeah, let's do a different
Yeah.
Do a call, and then we can circle back to him and call him.
That'll work.
Are you drinking wine, Gene? Is that what that is?
No, that's tea, brother. That's tea.
Oh, my man. I'm like, he's
Hey,
at
man.
the bar.
Corey
Drinking
took me to
wine.
this place. Corey took me to this spot in dude. Corey took us all to this place. It was a bunch of people. It was
Kava
David
bar.
Olds. It was a gentleman from Colorado. I always forget his name. And Kava. Yeah, Kava. Dude, that
Kava,
thing is
it's-
interesting, man.
It's my new go-to. I don't drink anymore, so Kava's my. Actually, this is a Kava soda here I'm drinking right now. It's Kava.
Dude, I was
soda.
like mellowed out. It was cool, man. It
Yeah,
didn't taste.
it just kind of mellows you a little bit. They're great when you have a stressful day. Just kind of resets you a little bit to relax, and yeah,
Hey, man,
you don't have any
if you-
hangovers. There's no
And
hangover.
if you ever met Corey, man, he's like energetic, man. If anyone ever needs a Kava to mellow out,
It's me.
it's Corey Geary. Raymond, we're not. Raymond's like, Gene, give her one from your specialist. Raymond, we don't need the private stock yet. We don't need Gene's private stock. We gave RJ a.
Well, the cool thing was, right, the first dial, first answer.
Oh,
Yeah, that was not bad at all.
Yeah,
Most
and
times
he's
it's
a
going
good
to take you a
prospect.
little bit. And on a
Yeah,
Sunday, and during a football game. That's huge, especially for a dude to answer the call. Football's on.
He must not be that big of a fan.
Oh, he was a Packer
Well,
fan. That's what he said.
He just wants to sell his house more than he likes football.
Ooh, here's Sun City. Let's see on this one. But good
yeah,
job,
there should
guys,
be
being
some
quiet as soon
Arizona
as I
ones.
answered.
We had a couple Arizona leads that didn't sell. Oh yeah. that
Oh
was
man,
crazy.
lock that shit up wholesale before I can flip it.
No, it's Sun City. Hi, Kenneth? Hey, this is Sonia. How you doing today? Good. I'm sorry, did I get you at a bad time? Yeah, I was just trying to follow up with you. It looks like not too long ago you had put in your information in regards to a property that you're looking to sell now or here in the near future.
No, not at all.
Oh, you're not looking to sell the property on North Thunderbird? Okay. Well, sorry about that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know anybody that is looking to sell a property at this point in time, would you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So did he say it's not even his house, or what was the?
No, it's his house. It's just not looking to sell.
Oh wow. Hey, so if anyone's watching, if you ever buy a lead and that happens, best that you record your calls always for training purposes, for all that. But this would be a refundable lead. We would obviously, probably we would try to call that lead ourselves just to verify it. But that you can feel safe buying leads in iSpeed to Lead, knowing that if that ever happens, that would be a refundable situation. Just wanted to throw that in.
That's really nice of you too. Because sometimes people are like, whatever, it's on you.
Hey, some of these leads cost like $500-600.
That's
You want to be
even
getting your
more
money's
eager
worth.
of you.
But usually the $500 leads are like, there's so many signals of motivation. It wouldn't be a conversation like that.
So the one thing too is, guys, whenever you do get somebody that's like a no-go, you might as well ask and see if they happen to know somebody who does. Like, maximize this shit as much as possible. You've already paid for it, or you might not have had to, because now Gene is saying like, hey, if it's a shit lead and they're not looking to sell, it's bogus, that he'll take care of you, which is very awesome. That's huge. All right, I'm just going down the list. So New Mexico, Clovis. Wasn't there a movie off Clovis? Like an alien movie? I'm just saying. This is a challenge because it's not that loud.
We heard it just fine before. It sounded really good.
For me, I guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. You got it in the headset before.
Yeah. Us old people can't hear very well.
Hello?
Hi, Stephanie.
Yes,
Hey, Stephanie, this is Sonia. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Did I get you at a bad time?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Well, I was just here. I'll be quick, honey. I was just trying to follow up with you in regards to the inquiry you put in about the property over in Clovis that you're looking to sell now or here in the near future.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let me help real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't go through a realtor. It has to be sold cash, and the reason is because it won't pass inspection. It does not have any upgraded electrical.
Oh, okay.
And that has to be done because the heating, the heat pump was the same one since 1970 something, and it went out.
Oh, wow.
And so it has to be, the electrical has to be upgraded for us to even put one in.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
And
goodness.
we got the estimate on it, so it's $10,000. My
Ooh.
house, if it had that.
Did I lose you, hon? I can't hear you. Oh.
It would have priced for about $203,000. But so what we wanted to do is just sell it for $175 and somebody else fix it.
Okay.
So that was really, but I talked to somebody yesterday. He called me and I explained that it's not so cut and dry that I could just sell it, because I have to sell it to somebody who's going to buy it cash and not mortgage it.
Right. I hear you. And what even has you considering selling it at this point in time?
I can't afford to fix it, and it would be easier for me to go and buy a place that I could fix. I didn't need fixing. I would just buy another house cash. It didn't need as much work, but this one it's just old. That was built in the 60s, and nobody ever really did anything from the 60s. My mother-in-law at some point has, put in some wallpaper and done some other things, but and the other thing is it only has one opening window.
One opening window?
Yes, ma'am. I guess my sister-in-law got caught sneaking out when they were little kids, and my mother-in-law had all the windows changed to where the only window that opens is in my bathroom, in the master bedroom.
Wow. So it almost sounds like the house is a fire risk if you only have one kind of working window.
Well, if it were me and there was a fire, I'd break the other window, but that's just me. I didn't do it, and this was done a long time ago.
Oh, I didn't think it was you, honey. I'm just saying it sounds like the windows would possibly need to be replaced or fixed. I don't know, considering like you can't open them.
Well, the new window system. Just very fast. Yeah. But again, like I said, the guy can't go to a realtor. Like just keep the house. But the other thing is that it is too big for two people, and it is a family house, and it needs to have a family.
Okay.
And there's an acre of land.
Okay.
And it's on 21st Street, East 21st.
Uh-huh.
And it's definitely desirable part, a prominent real estate. But yeah, I figured if we just sold it for $175, we'd find an investor that wanted to flip it or something, because that leaves like $27,000 to fix it if it'll appraise for 203.
But then also too, you got to consider with all the, the fees and stuff that's also involved with doing this kind of a stuff. So quick question. Have you done any upgrades or updates to the property?
No, that's what I'm telling you. There's no upgraded electrical.
Oh, no. I understand that part. I'm saying like, at least like with the kitchen or anything.
The other three has chain link, not real. I don't know. I wouldn't put chain link around it if I was going to have some sort of guy to build it. So I don't know.
Gotcha. So I'm curious. I mean, what are you gonna do if you don't get that amount that you're looking for, that 175?
That's negotiable. The 175, I mean, I'm a used car dealer from all my life, so everything's negotiable.
I can't make out what you just said. The phone is like really muffly.
Okay, is that better?
So.
Okay, hold on one.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, stay right there, just like that. Don't move.
Okay. So what I was saying
Oh
is
no, you moved. It moved.
Okay, my truck is moved. Let me see. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
So now we're not on speaker anymore.
Oh, that's why. Okay. That's a lot better, hon. So I missed what you had said. Like, what are you gonna do if you're not able to get that amount you're looking for?
It's negotiable.
Okay.
And I can sell it on a real estate contract. With all of the obvious and written in.
And I assume you own the property free and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I know this is when we're on speaker, so I was attempting to piece a couple of things together. I know you mentioned that there was, I believe, a swimming pool, and I'm guessing that's still in good condition?
No. There used to be a swimming pool. It's been broken up, filled in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So no pool.
No pool. But that was one of those upgrades because I understand that the insurance on it would have been astronomical because it's got chain link around it and there was nothing surrounding the pool. Like another fence to protect somebody from wandering into my yard.
Right. I gotcha.
Anyway, that was done a few years ago, a couple years back.
Okay.
And like I said, we just put a metal roof on it.
Okay, got a metal roof on it. Yeah, sorry. Some of the stuff that you said, like I was attempting to piece it together as best as possible, but I totally missed that. So if there's anything that comes back redundant and be like, I already told you, I was attempting to listen, but the phone was really muffled and jumbled. So my apologies.
No, it's no problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. But you were also saying too, other than the metal roof, was there anything else that you've done to the place? Have you updated the kitchen at all?
There's really no way to update the kitchen. This is an old ranch style house. So the kitchens were really, really, really small. This one's narrow. It's not very big.
Sure.
Iams. Yeah, Iams. And then let's get the mini chunks. This is what they call it. Iams mini chunks. And it's like the third row over. Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Okay. So I'm sorry. What did you ask me?
Oh, we were just talking about the kitchen, and you said that there was no real way to update it because it was a narrow old ranch house.
Right. It has cathedral ceilings in it in the living room part of the house. We're in the dining room, the living room, the kitchen. But the kitchen is very, very, very small, and it's stupid. But it does have gas and electricity, so you could actually put a gas stove. But my washer and dryer are in there. That's where.
In your kitchen?
Yes, it's awful.
Where do you cook? You cook on the washer? Do you cook on the washer?
Well, no, that's a cutting board.
Oh, so the washer's the cutting. Oh, wait, the cooker's the dryer because it gets hot. The cooker's the dryers because it gets hot. We make some sandwiches on there.
That's funny. I just heard what you said.
Oh,
No, I have a stove. It's so narrow, and I grew up in a big kitchen with little rooms. This is a little kitchen with big rooms.
gotcha. How long have you been there for?
My husband's been there all his life.
No, but how long have you been there for? Because you're the one that's having to deal with this
I've been
kitchen.
there for 7 years.
Oof. How are you handling that?
When I first came to live there, my father-in-law was there, and he had Alzheimer's, and so moving stuff really wasn't conducive, to somebody who already can't remember where they're going.
Right.
So I didn't move anything around. Like, I've done almost nothing to the house. It used to have a 3-car garage.
Right.
Which is now a studio, or a den, or whatever somebody wanted to use it for. My mother-in-law was she was in business for herself, so she used it as her business.
Okay. So does it have any other kind of garage, or is there just no garage at all?
There's no garage at all.
Okay. And you said it's a studio, like, does it have its own like bathroom, its own entrance, like the whole kind of where?
Okay, so where's the pool? Yes, there's 2-3 entrances into the studio. There's the front door, the back door, and then the door from the house to the studio. My husband tries to call it a man cave, but whatever.
There you go. Happy husband, I guess. So.
The studio is huge.
Right.
It was a 3-car garage. But behind the studio, they called it a pool room at the time. There is a sauna room.
A sauna? Oh, nice.
Yeah. You have to go outside the house and then in through this little door. And there's a shower, a commode. But I guess at some point my father-in-law, I'm not sure what happened, but the water line busted from the pool pump thing.
Right.
It's hard, yeah. Anyway, it could be replumbed, and there would be 3 bathrooms. 3.5 bathrooms, actually.
So currently, how many bathrooms are in there?
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah, there's one in the master bedroom, and then there's one in the hall.
So any of those bathrooms have they been updated at all?
No, there's like I said, they wouldn't let me do anything. I was trying to change it, but
Yeah.
But no, the only upgrades that we have on there, honestly, is the roof and just a few little things that I've done. But
Yeah.
it's not a bunch of upgrades. It's the electrical that I'm more concerned about, I guess, because it costs $10,000 to put that heat pump in.
Right.
Electrical.
No, I get you. I'm trying. See, so what normally I do here is I get all the information in regards to condition of the property. Then I get this on over to my underwriter and they let me know what the property ends up qualifying for. My concern is that I don't know if this place is going to qualify for what you're looking to get, because it seems like the place is now please correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like the place is pretty outdated. There's a few things that's going to need to be done to the place other than just the electrical part of things, right?
Right.
And and you're looking for almost like the top dollar for places
No,
that
no. I'm 175 is not even close to the top dollar because it is an acre of land. Also, and I realize that land doesn't matter, but it does. It doesn't matter, but it does to somebody who's buying it. No. Our bottom dollar would be 150. I mean, there's no.
your bottom dollar is 150. Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to say that, but I'm telling you that at 150, it's not a problem.
Okay. All right. And I appreciate that. Thank you, because I'm just I hate to come back and really just, gosh, I'd hate to come back and just be like, hey, Stephanie, they said the place ended up qualifying for X amount, and I don't want to insult you at all. Do you know what I
You're
mean?
not going to insult me. I'm just, like I said, I grew up a used car dealer. And
Okay.
I don't get insulted about a lot of things.
Oh, you got them thick skin, and you're female. I love it.
Somebody will get for it, and I know that.
Right. I gotcha. All righty, honey. Well, let me see what I can do on this sort of thing. And then real quick, I mean, like, what's kind of your timeline with all this? Oh, did I lose you again?
Yeah, I'm back. Hold on 1 second. I started my truck and it Bluetoothed in.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Where's this girl behind you? Quit acting like I'm not trying to back up.
I just run her over. You got a truck.
Okay. So anyway, it has cathedral ceilings in the front of the house.
Right.
And well, vaulted cathedral. Anyway, it has 2 fireplaces and they are back to back. Do not know why somebody would do that. That's one of those things that I would have never done. But it has 2 separate fireplaces.
Okay.
One in the living room and one in the dining room, and they are right beside each other. So it's really strange setup. I don't know why they decided ranch houses were the way to go. Isn't that what they call them, ranch houses?
If it's a single story and it's big, yeah, it's ranch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's 2,400 square feet, almost 25.
Okay.
Heated.
Okay.
There are 2 outbuildings.
Right.
There's 2 storage sheds.
2 storage sheds. Okay. Now, what was your timeline that you're looking for with getting this done?
A couple days ago, but
Oh, like you're looking to sell this lickety split. I mean, what's going on? Why do you gotta move so fast?
well, because it's gonna disintegrate. I mean, with the heating situation, it's cold here.
Oh, dang. I mean, I guess you guys got another place to go to?
We have not. What we thought we might do is buy a little piece of land in Ruidoso and a fifth wheel and go figure out what we were going to do, but we don't really have any plans. If somebody bought my house, I wouldn't care. Here, bye.
Right. Okay.
Because I am that woman who is, I need a kitchen that's kitchenable. This isn't a very good kitchen.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like what you can do in there is just make like a good grilled cheese sandwich on top of the dryer.
Well, yeah, pretty much. There is no counter space. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
And the way they built it, they put they put the beams, hold on, I just want to put like that many, whatever that is, as long as it's not a $20 bill over it. Okay.
Hey, money's money. It spends all the same. Oh, I'm picking it up. But yeah, here, let me do this, honey. Let me see what I can do for you. I still think we might be pretty far apart. I'm not gonna lie, but I can still give you a call back. It'll probably take me about a half hour to hear something back from my underwriter. Would that be okay if I give you a call back in a half hour?
and I need to tell you something else.
Yeah.
About a year ago, we did have a realtor come.
Right.
And of course, we hadn't told her any of the other things. I didn't tell her anything. I just wanted to see what her assessment was. And she said that, she was looking somewhere around 125 is actually what she said.
So 125, and then you have to minus out her commissions and everything else too, right?
Right. She said you would come out with 125 and then commissions and all of that. And of course, I hadn't told her that she couldn't make a commission because it wouldn't pass inspections because of the electrical.
Right. I got you.
I don't have $10,000, or we would just fix the house.
Right.
The $10,000 is killing me, and I don't have any heat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I'll definitely see what we can do on our end, and I'll give you a call back here within about a half hour or so. Will you be available to chat for maybe about 5 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, honey. I'll give you a call back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to shoot you over a text message with my contact information so you know it's me when I give you a call back, okay?
All right.
All right. All right. Talk with you later. Bye-bye. Well, at least her number kept going lower and lower and lower. She was first at 175, then she was at 150, and then she tells me the realtor it was going to list it at 125.
So she must know that her number is far realistic or unrealistic.
Yeah. Which is really funny because she starts at 175 and then tells me the realtor told her 125.
Yeah.
So I didn't go into too much of any more of finding out about roadblocks or any of that because there's not much here going on. I'm assuming like the cash's offers might just be 75 or so, if that. And she's going to suck up my time and I need to call the other guy back. So sometimes we have to justify like, which one are we going to spend the time with? Are we going to spend the time with the lady in La La Land? Or are we going to spend the time with somebody that might be able to do something with?
I see what you're saying. Makes sense.
Corey, are you running the comp on that one by chance?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. My computer crashed. So now I'm like,
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say this, guys. This is pretty cool. Every lead I've called has answered. So when they talk about not working on Sundays, people don't answer the phone, or the leads are shit, every one of these leads have answered. Like, that's something huge right there.
So Sonia, you're gonna call the original guy back now?
Eugene.
Perfect. And then after you talk to Eugene, we have Gene gave a private stash lead in there.
Hey, I gave a Gene's private stock lead is fucking behind on mortgage.
Is it finally aged?
It's Tampa, Florida, behind on mortgage. Well, it's not Tampa, it's Seminole, but it's like right there on the beach near Tampa.
Nice.
So we gotta call this lead. Hey, y'all, I speak to lead members, 2,600 people. Y'all ain't paying attention on Sundays. Hey, Sundays, you guys taking the day off. We ain't taking the day off.
No.
And they're answering and they're being receptive. They're not being like jerks. Like, why are you calling me on the Lord's day? Why this? Why that? I mean, one is answering is the hugest part. Like 3 out of 3. Usually when you're calling some of these people back, it's going to be at least maybe 1 out of the 10 that you're calling. So these leads are pretty fire. I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, I've only been in this business for a little bit. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyhow, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to dial.
That's PPC for you.
Jeb Blount teaches in Fanatical Prospecting that you're going to be interrupting a prospect no matter what. And so a lot of people, they'll ask me, what's the best time to call, right? Is there a time that people pick up more often than others? The best time to call is when you can be consistent with it. And this is just a perfect example of it, right? If you can consistently call it, 5 o'clock on Sundays, you're going to get answers. And just getting used to the idea that you're going to have to be interrupting people no matter what they're doing. It's a fact of the matter. You're never going to catch somebody at a perfect time where they're just looking at their phone thinking, I want that cash offer person to call me right now. And then it's going to happen.
Real quick, what was her asking price on that property? 135?
She was now at 125. I'm calling the other one right now.
Okay, I think we can lock that one up cash. If we just get a little more, shave a little more off that.
Eugene?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, it's Sonia. How are you?
Good. Good.
How's the Packers doing?
They're up.
They're up.
They're doing good.
When you say up, like, are they up like a lot, or somebody like could fumble the ball and it's over?
21-14.
Oh, dang. Okay. So, and what quarter?
Third.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess there's still a little time for a comeback, so hopefully they'll just stay strong and pull the win.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, perfect. So yeah, like I said, this will only take a few minutes just to kind of just go over everything. And I assume earlier that the missus is there too, because I think I heard you were asking a couple of questions in regards to the house. Okay, great. So, I mean, do you believe that, once we kind of go over what the property, qualifies for, and if it is something that's going to be a good fit for you guys, that you guys are ready to make that decision today to sell?
I mean, we would have to talk about it to each other more. So, I mean, we could possibly go by tonight, but we have to talk about it. So.
Okay, so by tonight.
Possibly, yeah.
So, I mean, from the sounds of things, like, you guys are going to go over it, talk, and see if this is going to be right, and most likely hear something back by Monday?
For sure, yes.
Monday, okay. Yeah, I just asked because usually the offers are only good for, I can kind of push it out, but usually they're only good within, I'll push it out for you guys for at least 24 hours. So I'll let them know, like, hey, they need to pray on it. They need to make sure that this is going to be the right fit and everything else like that. And I'll get a little heat for it, but it's okay. Not the biggest of deals. I just want to make sure that you guys are comfortable in the decision that you decide to make, whether this is a good fit for you or not.
Yep. And what was the name of your company?
Yeah, it was cash offer option.
And you guys are out of where?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you see the 623 area code.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. So did you get that email I sent you earlier?
I did, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. You did get a moment to take a look at it and everything else?
Yeah, the only email. Oh, email. I'm sorry. No, I have not looked at the email at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because remember before I was saying too earlier, because I was trying to see if it would fit in the new program that we have. Because with that one, I'm usually able to get people's numbers that they're looking for most of the time. So that's why I just want to give you a little bit of the information beforehand, so you have a little bit more of an understanding if the property did in fact qualify for that.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. We used to have a video that went with it, but unfortunately there's been some sort of an issue with it. But I don't know if you're anything like me. I'm a visual person, so I kind of like to see things other than just hear things that people are talking about.
Okay, so what is this? Is this saying that you guys can make an offer or no?
Yeah. So, I mean, long story short, with this, they came back with the cash, but it was really way like too far apart for what you were technically looking for. And so, like I was saying, with the concierge service, since we are in the business of being able, because we are in the business with buying and selling, and we have established a really great relationship with investors and realtors that we're able to get hung up on. That's really nice. Or I lost him. Or I lost internet.
We can still hear you.
My hair keeps getting worse and worse. It's bugging me. I don't know what's going on. It's not going through.
Huh. Your internet's connected from this side of things.
Yes, because you guys are still on and I'm talking with you.
Yeah. William says we didn't tell him this was happening. Dude, we posted it all over.
You can go ahead and unmute yourself. I'll tell you what I'm doing here in a minute.
Sweet. Yeah, I was just telling William that with all the stuff he's in with us, there's no way he didn't see it. He must have been hiding from social media this weekend. Louis thinks that the seller's ghosting you.
That's a great possibility. He could have hung up. We could have got disconnected. Could have just been something with the phone system. So what I normally do is this. I just go off of like, hey, there's something wrong with the phone system. So I'm still going to attempt any which way possible to get in contact with him. So right now what I'm doing is I'm shooting him over a text message saying, Eugene, I'm not sure what has happened. And I'm still typing it.
Sure, I see what you're saying. Okay. And if he doesn't pick up, then we do have the Gene private stash lead, and that guy will probably be very motivated. And so Josh says, and if so, then do you just have to remind them that the price includes all the fees, commissions, and appraisal costs and repairs? Yes. Do you have an explanation for that, Corey?
Yes, and we let them know that the number that we're negotiating is the net number to them, and that we'll be taking care of all the fees. And let me add on that too, because some people are like, well, what about the homeowner's fees, a $50,000 fee on the HUD? We let them know, like, hey, we're marketing the property, selling the property for more to pay for the realtor cost, to pay for the title cost, to pay for the inspection repairs, and to pay for our fee. And that's the number you're going to see on the final HUD, and that's brought to the table by the buyer. So we let them know the number that we're giving them is our net number, and then that the buyer will be paying for all the fees that will be accrued through the transaction.
Gotcha. Okay.
Helps get over that objection too at closing when they sign the final HUD and they see that big fee on there. You want to just put that in their head and prep them. Like I said, with novations, transparency is key. It is key. Ask me
that
how
one
I know.
that we locked up for it's supposed to be closing this month. Like he's like, I don't care how much you make.
Some
they just want to get the
homeowners,
price.
they just want to get their number. They get their number, they're good to go.
Those are the best type of sellers. People are just like, I don't care what I make, or I don't care what you guys make as long as I make what
He was asking a question on each and every little thing. That's that guy, Corey. The one the 50-pounder.
Yeah. Oh, the Macon, Georgia deal?
Yeah, that's him. That's the one I told you that he's gonna sign. He's just very meticulous. He needs to
analytical.
Yeah. So may give it a minute to see if he responds, and if not, then we'll call the private stash.
Private stash.
It's like some
it's really
kind of fine
fancy
scotch or something.
Maybe not that fancy. Gene's at the bar. We can ask him to get us some anyways.
Well, Corey doesn't drink, and I'm on 75 hard. So.
Oh, man. I'm on 75 hard, too. I'm on day 29.
Nice.
Oh, no way. I'm on, I think, 23. I keep messing it up. This is why I have the app. Oh, I'm on day 24. There we go.
Day 24. My goal is I'm going to be getting
Ooh,
my
75
my
hard.
handstands. My handstands are going to be by day 75. That's what I want to be able to do.
Handstand?
I can't do the balance yet. I can do them fine against the wall, but I can't balance very well.
Yeah, I'm not looking for my handstands. I'm just looking for the nice abs and the cute backside.
Luckily, the
We call that
wasn't a problem for me.
We call that private stock lead yet or not yet?
Not yet.
I'm excited.
Okay. I'm not getting anything back, so I'll just wait. Corey, on that other one, what
Yeah,
were
I
we
was
getting for
I was
cash
comping
offer?
the other one. No, I was comping the wrong property. She's way out of the ballpark on her what she wants.
So
I
what,
was
do you like
comping
50?
Gene's private stash lead, and I was like, she wants 130, and I was comping against Gene's private stash lead. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, no. So I got Gene's private stash lead comp. Already,
Okay.
So.
All right. And let me give them
It's
a
not a
call.
mobile or anything.
What's that?
It's not a mobile home or nothing like that.
I didn't see that as mobile.
Nice.
Let me go back to the details.
And for those of you who are watching this, if you just tuned in, we've got about 100 people watching this. We are closing leads from ispeedtolead.com. So ispeedtolead.com is a portal where you can buy PPC leads a la carte. And on the show, we close the ones that usually the hottest leads sell out within minutes, seconds. And then some of the leads don't get sold. And those are the ones that we close on the show and still get deals.
Yeah, it's a single family, Gene.
Let's hope they're not watching football or whatever.
Yes, I was looking for Kelly. Hey, Kelly, this is Sonia. How are you doing today? Did you say you're making it? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Did I get you at a bad time, hon? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was just trying to follow up because I'd seen you put your information in about this property over in Florida that you're looking to sell. Yeah. Okay. I mean, did you want me to call you back at another time or?
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
Somebody that's
uh-huh.
me a price. I mean, that's looking up a price or whatever for me. He said between $315 and $399. So
That's a pretty big gap there.
I know, right? That's what I said. He's like, but that's just like throwing it out there, I guess. He said, I haven't seen it, and I haven't done the other stuff, so he was going to look at it.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know.
$315, $399. That's a lot of money. Like,
Yeah, that's
$84,000 difference.
exactly. That's crazy. And that's crazy how he's able to kind of justify it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe he's new. We'll give him, maybe that's what the issue is.
Yeah, right?
Because it happens. It
I
happens.
was just like, wow.
Yeah. Hey, look, you're laughing. See, I made the day better.
You did make it.
Awesome. So let's see. Now, with this property here, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
New AC and furnace.
New AC and furnace. Awesome. Okay. All right.
$1,000 later.
Hey. That must have not been fun.
No.
Oh boy.
Just ain't on it.
Ugh. Oh, jeez. Even better. I gotcha. So, I mean, in regards with the place, have you done any updates to the bathrooms or the kitchen at all?
They were all updated whenever I moved in.
Okay, and how long have you been there for?
3 years.
Okay. All right. I mean, this sounds like a wonderful place. What even has you looking to sell it at this point in time?
Can't afford it.
Oh, shit. Did something happen?
It's me by myself. It's me by myself on disability, and my mom's living with me right now. But if anything happens to her, she helps pay the utilities. That's all she pays. I pay everything else. But just that, you know, if something happens to her, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Oh my gosh. Now, just being in disability, is that something new? Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Disability, no, it's not nothing new.
Oh, okay.
I've been on it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And it may be changes, so I'm like,
When you say that, what do you mean?
not good.
Oh,
Not
shit.
for the better.
Oh, wow.
So I'm kind of watching my eyes on that.
Oh my goodness. I hear you. Now I'm curious, like if you end up selling this place, I mean, do you and your mom have another place you already got to go to?
No,
Oh, okay.
if all else fails, we'll just buy a trailer pull behind or something, pull behind my car. Live in
Okay.
it. Travel trailer.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking like, you know, even if you do sell the place, then like where's gonna go? Where's gonna be next?
Well, I'm gonna look at a place tomorrow. It's like a double wide or something like that, a trailer with 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it also has a sunroom that you can make into a bedroom
Oh,
if
nice.
I needed it.
Okay.
So yeah, or another room or something that they said they can make into a bedroom. So I'm like, okay, that'll work.
There you go. There you go. Okay. All right.
They only want 38,000 for it, but
Whew.
you know, I have to sell mine in order to get any money to get it back.
Right. Right.
And what really sucks is that even if I get that, they've got what's it called lot rent, $772 a month.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jeez. What comes with this lot rent? I said, what comes with this lot rent? You get a fine young gentleman start like mowing the lawn every day with no shirt?
Pool,
Oh.
bunch of other stuff. I don't know. So I mean, like it isn't like it's just lot rent. It does have pool and good stuff.
Well, at least it has some amenities. That's good.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It was like, oh, cool. You know, it'll work. My grandkids will love it.
Oh, you got grandkids?
Oh yeah, I got 11.
Oh my! How do you keep track?
I don't anymore.
Oh, you're lucky if I even say hi and recognize you.
6 are biological, and I got 5 steps.
Oh wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all wonderful.
That's good. I gotcha. Okay. So how about the roof?
The roof does need replaced sometimes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know when it needs replaced. It has no leaks.
Okay, that's good.
I haven't had any problems with it at all.
Okay.
So
But you just know it's gonna need some replacing.
I know it will need to be replaced. I'm not sure how many years it is.
Okay. All right. I gotcha. All right.
For that fact, not because it was, you know, not because of it leaking or anything.
Because of that's a good thing, you know, one less challenge. Any
I even had my insurance look at it. My insurance said there's nothing wrong with it. I tried to get it replaced through insurance from, you know, damage from the wind and stuff. And they're like,
Aw. That stinks. Poop on them. All right. Any structural issues that you're aware of?
not that I'm aware of. I do have a crack going across the top of my ceiling, but it ain't very big, and it's been there since I moved in.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's anything.
Right.
And at one time it probably was, but not now.
Okay. Did you have anybody look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They said it was
They
fine.
did it whenever I moved in, and they're like, it's fine. It's nothing. And I was like, well, because I got a VA loan, so they have to do something.
They do stuff through that fine tooth comb. And then some.
Yeah, right.
Right. Jeez Louise. All right, hon. Electrical and plumbing all in good condition?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. And then what was your time frame looking like? Were you looking to do this within the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days?
Probably within 60 days.
60 days, okay. All right. Okay. So, I mean, in regards with how much you're looking to get for the place, and I'll let you know, with us, you're not gonna, and I'm sure the other kids said the same part too, like, we don't have any closing costs, the realtor commissions, you're able to sell the place as is, and working on a time frame that does work best for you. I mean, with that all being said, I mean, what would be the best price that you could do at this point in time with selling that property?
I really haven't set numbers to it, but I know I need at least probably 350. That's ballpark figure.
Okay. Now, is there a certain reason why like that 350 like just screams out at you?
I have to pay off that 10 grand. I got to pay off that 10 grand for the thing, because if I don't, they'll probably put a lien on the house.
Okay.
So, I mean, the loan that we got for the air conditioning and stuff is in my mom's name, and it's not attached to the house because I'm the only one on the house.
Right.
So I don't know, even if they could come after me for that, or even put a lien on it, even though it's in my house, because my mom took the loan out and it was not, what do you call it, where it's not attached to it.
Right.
But I'm not secure. It was not secure.
It was not secure with the property.
Right. So, with that, and then I do have a water system on there. It's a whole home water system
Right.
that I owe for, that I gotta pay for. It's like $5 grand, something like that. I've been paying for it for 3 years, and it's still $5,000.
Oh my.
So,
They must have just be having you
right?
pay the interest. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever. And then whenever they come out to do stuff, I have to pay for it. And I'm like, you guys are stupid crap.
Bunch of shysters.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you got that, and then I've been on forbearance.
Forbearance,
So I have
okay.
to pay that back. That's $27,000 and some dollars.
27,000. Okay.
Pay back.
All
And
right.
then I owe like $250, I think. So, in order to be, so I can live off of money, I have to have a little bit to buy something
To buy.
or rent something for some time,
Right.
to get me on my feet and move and all that stuff. So that's why I said about 350, because it'd be a little over 3 before I get any of it anyway. Because with everything I got to pay back,
Right.
27, 350, 10, 330, 380, whatever.
Right. Okay.
And the 5, and 385. Then I'd like to get the bills paid off, so I don't have to have them.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Now,
And I know that it could probably sell for that. I mean,
it could sell for 350.
I'm sure it could.
So I don't know if I was saying before, like, I
know.
get the underwrite. The underwriter is the one that lets me know like what it qualifies for. I'm not. That's a. We'll just say it this way. It's above my pay grade.
What are you coming up with?
I don't know yet because I'm not the one that does that. So I'm basically like the information gatherer, and I'm the person that's on your side to doing the best that I can do to get you what you're looking for. I'm kind of like the middleman, but I'm the middle female. You call me the middle woman.
I understand.
Yes.
It's not like being in the military. You're a military person. You're not a military man. You're a GI girl.
There you go. GI Jane. Yeah, but I'm a military brat. Does that count for anything?
Yes, it does. I was a military brat until I went into the military.
There you go. And thank you for your service, by the way. So yeah, I just didn't know if you happen to know of any properties around in the area that sold for that.
Yeah, around
It had a pool. Yeah, pools make it worth their while. Unfortunately, to say.
I know, right? We was renting that place with a pool, and I was paying like $1,800 rent. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. That was the first 2 years we were down here in Florida. You know, I'm like, I'm going to buy a place, which was the stupidest thing I could have ever done.
Right.
I'm a single person. I can't do all my upkeep and all that stuff, you know? So you have to hire it done, and it's just not worth it.
Right. I gotcha. Jeez Louise.
Just give me a little condo, I'll be all right.
Right. I hear you.
I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, might as well. Totally. So, do you happen to know, like, if that other property over there was just like all updated and not having to get anything done and that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I didn't go look at it.
Okay. I'll make sure in the notes that I mentioned something, like, so when the underwriter comes back to me and let me know what it qualifies for, like if we're a little bit apart with things, that at least you kind of have an idea what's going on in the area, and then as well as the conditions of the other property. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I want at least like 30,000 to myself.
30.
Like, that's what I get out of it, at least.
At least 30. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean that's what I need in order to be able to get something, and or at least rent something for a while.
Right.
Get some bills paid off.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. And no structural issues other than the little crack. You know, we know the roof needs to be replaced. It's a new AC, new furnace. It was all updated as 3 years ago.
Yeah, the AC and furnace was just put in this year.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. I just want to make sure. All right. And then even if we were able to get you, somewhere at least close to that, what will you end up doing, because you don't have another place yet to go to?
We'd find something. I don't know. Haven't even thought about it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I have thought about it, but we find someplace to go.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then I know you're saying your mom's not even on the title, and then she's pretty much game to move and take care of the stuff.
Yeah, she's not really got much choice. She lives with me, so she's 83 years old.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, she can't really say much.
All right. Okay. Well, let me do this. I'll shoot you on over. Oh, it's not working right now. I keep having technical issues. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I was going to shoot you over a text message with my contact information, so you know it's me when I give you a call back, because I should be able to give you a call back within a half hour, just to let you know what it qualifies for.
Okay. If I don't answer, please leave me a message.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I'll leave you a message, and I'll just let you know, hey, Sonja, if you can, give me a call back. I'll still be in the office here for a couple hours and such like that. And we just kind of go from there. But I mean, if I call you back in a half hour, I think you'll be able to chat for at least 5 minutes.
I don't know. Call me, and if I'm in the area that I will, then I will. I'm going to see Ron White, the comedian. So.
Oh, that should be fun. Wait, isn't that the guy with tater tot and stuff?
What?
Isn't that the guy who talks about tater tot?
I think so, yeah.
Ron White, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like always drinking, or he just looks like he's been drunk.
Yeah.
Like forever drunk face.
Yep.
Like they have us women where they say that resting bitch face, where he just has that resting drunk face. I don't know.
Yes, he does.
So, okay. So I might catch you in the middle, Ron White. So if I call you back, you might be there. So we might not be able to discuss this. So I might have to just follow back up with you tomorrow.
That'd be great.
Okay. All righty, honey. Well, I will definitely see what we can do on our end of things. Like I said, we'll only take about 5 minutes. And then Are you still planning on waiting to hear what Don Juan has to give you back in regards between that $84,000 difference? Okay. All right, I gotcha. How long until you're there at the what is it, the comedy club?
No, I'm in a casino.
Oh, it's in a casino, even better.
Yeah, I know, right?
I always bet on black. That's what Wesley Snipes says.
Red or black?
You got it. Yeah, you always got to bet on black.
Oh, bet on black?
Bet on black.
Never do that. I don't play that. I usually just play slots, but hey, that's good to know.
The one-armed bandit. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Let me see what we can do on all this, and if I get back with you, great. And if not, I would definitely leave you a message, and I'll follow back up with you tomorrow. Sound good?
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right. You are so welcome, and you have a great rest of your evening.
You too, honey.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
You build such great rapport throughout the call.
Thank you.
So I see about a 350 ARV on the property. She's wanting ARV. There's one comp in the area. Who's left? There's one comp in the area that's sold for 370, but it's an HGTV type house. So I mean, ideally, I'd really want this from around like 300 to 310. You know, it's she's wanting retail without the commissions taken out at this point.
Yeah.
What did she say the other guy offered her?
The other guy didn't offer her. The other guy just gave her a big range between 315 and 399.
I feel like this lady doesn't give a shit. She's
Yeah,
down
that's
payment.
why
She's fucking
why
gambling.
too, I started throwing shade on that real quick because you have competition. So now what you want to do is throw some seeds out.
She's at the fucking casino and she's about to have her house taken away. What the fuck?
She's gonna go watch Ron White.
What does she owe on it?
Not sure. My computer crashed.
Did it show on
More
there?
than she can afford.
Jesus Christ, this lady doesn't give a shit about how much she's getting.
So she gave me all the stuff that she owes because I was having her justify and trying to find out where she's coming up with the 350. Like she's justifying it because, oh yes, I am. She's justifying it because of, she has all these bills to pay and she wants to be able to walk away with some money and all this other stuff too. And you can't justify it like that.
No.
But at least I know where her come from is. That's the whole thing. That's where we need to find out when they tell us these prices, like where are they pulling it from? Tell me where, and then then you can come back with them and be like, hey, I'm sorry. This house over here, it has this, this, and this, and this, and your house doesn't. So she's not justifying because of the way the house is and the way the house looks is because of the way her situation is.
I think that just got a call for a chin check right there. Just, hey, you're unrealistic.
She's such a perfect wholesaling lead. She's fucking she's in forbearance, almost in foreclosure, and she's gambling. That's like who you want as a wholesaler, dude. The fucking people that don't give a shit about money. People that are living for today.
She's a good follow-up lead because her expectations will probably get reset as she's moving along and she's not getting what she wants.
Yeah.
That's a good follow-up lead because there'll be a day where she's going to be like, the trouble's coming and knocking on the door and she's got to get that thing sold and she's got to face the music and, she wasn't able to get what she wants. And so that's a good follow-up lead for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing rapport, too. Your rapport comes through,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing too is, I just lost track. Never mind. I lost train of thought. It's gone.
That happens. Corey, I'd like to know, what are your guys' follow-up systems within your CRM? How much do you automate things or what does that look like? Because we know the fortune is made in the follow-up.
Absolutely. And Sonia can probably answer that better than me. She runs all that side of the business.
So like with this one, so I'll still follow up with her. I'm going to follow up with her it's most likely going to be tomorrow because we already know she's going to the comedy show. There's no point of me giving her a call back because I'm just going to leave a message for her. So what will end up happening is when I talk with her on Monday, we're going to chat I'm going to lay down a little bit of reality for her, not too much, because you got to like just a little bit of this stuff, because people just, it takes time to really understand what the severity of her situation is. And then I would just end up following up with her in a couple of weeks. So what I do is I will set the date when I'm going to follow up with her and just do it that way. And then if it was somebody that's, and this is going to be a more of a one that's it's going to happen soon. Now, if this was somebody that's going to be like a while out, then we could just set it up on an SMS texting campaign to where it would just SMS text them out and just kind of see where they're at and the progress is with everything. Or as well, like if it's a 6-month lead out, then you could have like your lead manager give it a call back and see if they're ready at that point in time to sell, because that's something you don't want your closers to be, on top of. You want to have your closers out there closing. That's what their focus needs to be. When you have stuff that needs to be followed up on, you do that to a lead manager. You have them see if they're ready. Then once they're ready, they tee that up to their closer, and then the closer can take it down for the kill.
Yep.
Make sense?
So we got a mix between the drip system built in Freedom Soft, and then we have our lead managers.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Corey, it was funny. Earlier, we had our friend Scotty, and he was putting in chat, how do you guys find somebody who is as much of a gem as Sonja is?
This man, it's this. Obviously, we met because of networking. So, I mean, getting out there, networking, getting around like-minded people who have the same vision. That's where, you find these gems. And that's how I found my disposition manager, Sylvester. We were at a local RIA here, and he wanted to learn the business, and he rocked with me for 3 years. He's now leaving my company to do his own thing. But getting out there, man, expose yourself, get in the industry, right? And just make sure, get someone who aligns with your vision is the biggest key. Literally, me and Sonja sat at the Kava bar yesterday for 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours, mapping out vision for 2022. And a lot of the stuff, we're in sync, with all our stuff. So, you can hire off Indeed and stuff like that. And that's one way of doing it. You can have a company headhunt for you. We have Sharper Business Solutions headhunting for us right now. But getting out there are people in the industry who want to team up with you, reward them well. Nobody in my company is an employee. They're team members. We're partners. Like I don't call them employees or treat them like employees. We're all on the same mission, rolling in the same direction. So having that mindset and letting them come on the journey with you will attract the right people, the rock stars. So.
And also too, you can talk about like some of the other things that we're starting to implement. So we have a longevity as well with people in the business. Because the one thing, like in this business, there's no like long-term plan for people. Either you're making the cash now and that's it.
Oh,
so yeah.
Yeah, we'll be implementing the seller carry stuff and sub 2 stuff into our business now moving forward. And what we're going to do, because we don't have a 401k plan, obviously, for the company, we're going to allow all the team members to partake in those carry. And then that way everyone can build cash flow and wealth through the company on the creative financing deals. So that's something that we're going to be turning on in 2022. You want to be able to give them the ability to grow with you. I let my team members flip properties with me. If they want to, some of you guys might know I invest in oil and gas and stuff like that. Like if they want to come in and I want to give them every opportunity that I'm doing. And that's how you get the rock stars. You don't treat them like employees. It's how you keep them. Let them grow with you and reward them. They want to get rich just like you do. So
take them along with you.
Take them along with you for
just
the ride.
So you guys
man.
know, I am dialing. By the way, so if I put the finger,
we'll be ready.
She's like, the gene just popped out. Do we get bathroom breaks?
If you need, yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
Do like a little commercial in between.
I actually do have like a little commercial thing, and then we can
Please
chat
leave
about some
your
stuff too.
message for.
I still like to get that 120 guy back on the phone. I think he was our best prospect so far.
Yeah.
That was a good one. We lost connection with him. I think that was
That was the
I feel like
Packer.
we were close on that one. I
Eugene.
don't feel like he was trying to ghost us. But
I don't
could
think
be
so
wrong.
either. I think there was something wrong with his phone. So, or he just didn't like me anymore and hung up. But we don't know until I get him back on the phone. Be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we can't. That's the biggest thing in the business too. You can't assume. Like I've had it plenty of times. I'm in the middle of talking with somebody and they hang up, or vice versa, and it was something that happened like with the phone. So it wasn't that they hung up on me, because that's where I've had my guys before in the past. They're like, oh, that asshole, they hung up on me. I'm like, just call it back. And sometimes they won't because they thought I got hung up on, and come to find out it wasn't even that was going on.
I see. Totally makes sense.
So always, even if you get hung up on, even if you do get hang up on, still call it back. Like always call back, because then afterwards, which is really weird, then they start having this whole thing. Like now they're going to be honest with you. Like, oh yeah, hey, I'm sorry. I wasn't really looking to sell at this point in time. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. So now you know you're not going to waste your time and continue to attempt to call that person anymore. You already had him on the phone once, call him back again, and then see what had happened, because you never know. It's not up to you to make, you don't have a crystal ball. You don't know what had exactly happened. You're only guessing.
A no is so much better than a maybe.
Maybe still a no.
Yeah, really.
If it's not a yes, it's a no. I jinxed it now.
You messed up.
But it's still pretty good though. Like almost all these calls, like everybody had answered. That's huge.
Please leave your message for.
Nope.
Now, what are your guys' best practices? Do you guys do double or triple dialing when you're calling people? Not like a triple line dialer, but just calling somebody 2 or 3 times in a row? Or how do you guys make sure you're doing your best practice to get in contact with people?
So what I'll do at times is that if I don't get them, like say right now, I'll call them back in a couple hours later. Just as, like instead of doing I know some people like to do the double dial and whatnot. I mean, I'll do that every so often, but if I don't get them, I'll shoot over a text message right afterwards saying, hey, sorry, I just missed you. Is there a better time to give you a call back? And then I'll just call it later on in the evening. And then if I still don't get them, then I'll call them at a different time the next day.
Gotcha. And time might be more available.
And if it's a PPC lead, you definitely want to make sure you email them. So have an email campaign already set up, because that's how they first communicated with you. So communicate back how they initially communicated, if that makes sense.
Sure. They communicated over the computer. They will get a receipt over the computer. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I've only been doing this a few years.
Just a few. Kenny, what do you tell sellers when they ask, where did you get my information? You say cash offer option. Cash offer option. Say you're working with us.
Chris?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Sonja. How are you?
All right.
Good, good. Hey, I'm sorry. I was just trying to follow up. It looked like earlier yourself or somebody else had put their information in about selling a property over in Hazel Park.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get you at a bad time?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Oh, it's a good time. Okay. I just want to make sure. I hear a little one in the background.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Oh, you got a couple. Okay, nice. All right, perfect. So yeah, what has you even looking to sell this property at this point in time?
I'm looking to relocate.
relocate?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. Are you staying in the state or just moving to a different city?
Just a different city.
Okay. You already got a house picked out?
Not yet.
Okay. So if you did sell this place, what would happen then?
Well, that's when I would start looking. I need at least about 30 days.
Okay. So are you saying you need at least 30 days after you sell the place to move out?
Yeah.
Oh. So it sounds like that you're looking for like what's called that post possession. So you sell then you stay in the place for at least 30 days?
I mean, I need at least a few weeks to find this place.
Okay.
It's not going to be overnight.
Well, if we were able to push the closing out for like 60 days, would that be helpful?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. And that's one thing. The nice thing working with us is that we are flexible with, closing times and stuff like that. So if that works out better for you, I mean, I can even have them pushed out for 90 days with closing.
I think 60 is more than enough.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're taken care of. You got a couple kids, and then as well too, just finding the place and whatnot. But okay. Well, like this will only take not too long. Normally what I'll just do is just kind of get a bit more of the conditions of the property. And then what I'll ultimately do is get my underwriter. They'll let me know what the place qualifies for. So basically my overall goal is to get you and give you all the information to see if this will be a good fit for you or not. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Beautiful. So in regards with this place, I mean, how much are you at least looking to get for it?
Well, I mean, how much can you guys offer?
That's a great question. I won't know until I get the information in regards with the condition. But then as well, too, they're going to ask me on at least how much you're at least looking for it at this point in time.
Right. I mean, I'll take 100.
Okay. All right. And then the kitchen and bathrooms, how long has it been since that's been updated or upgraded at all?
The kitchen and bathroom is like medium.
Did you say like medium?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, it's not updated, but it's not old.
Oh, okay. So it's not updated, but not old. Okay. How long do you think I mean, is it like a 90s style, like kitchen and bathroom?
Yeah, I would say 90.
Okay. I got you. I'm following. Okay. All right. And then how old's the roof?
The roof's brand new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just get it this year?
I did it back in 2013. I did it.
Oh.
Yep.
So you did 8 years ago?
Yeah, about 7, 8 years ago.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. And then how old's the HVAC? The heating and air?
Brand new. I installed, not me. I called residential. They put me brand new furnace and brand new AC.
Okay.
Back in 2018.
2018?
Around the end of 2018.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
I
So
gotcha.
that's all brand new.
All right. Beautiful. Okay. And then electrical and plumbing all in good condition?
Oh yeah.
All right.
All brand new plumbing when I first bought the house.
Okay. How long ago did you buy the house?
I would say about 8 years ago.
Okay. So it seems like you put that roof on there as soon as you moved in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. And then the electrical, is that all in good condition?
Electrical is all working great.
All right. Wonderful. And have you done any like special things to the house? Any special features that that you can speak about?
What do you mean by special?
I don't know. Maybe put a deck on it, fence, the fireplace,
Oh, I put a brand new privacy fence
a new fence.
here. Privacy fence, you
A
know, the
pri-
white one.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I put that one in last year.
nice. Okay, so you got the privacy fence up there. Beautiful. Okay,
Yeah, very beautiful.
alrighty. So, knowing that you don't have to pay any closing costs, realtor commissions, and such like that, you're able to sell the property as is, and close on that timeline that does work best for you. With that all being said, I mean, what would be the best price that you could do at this point in time with the property in its current condition?
I mean, house they're going for 150 over here. That's the best I can do is 100.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I didn't know if you were factoring into like the closing costs and everything else like that. So, and the commissions and whatnot. So, all right.
Plenty of room.
I hear you. Okay. All right. And then if we were able to come to an agreement with this property, I mean, is there anything else that you guys would need to figure out?
I mean, once you guys give me the green light, I can get moving.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. And then would there be anybody upset if you didn't speak with them first before making the decision on selling this property?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I gotcha. And no back taxes or liens that's attached to the property that you're aware of?
No, nothing. I don't have free and clear.
Free and clear. All right. Beautiful. Okay, this is your cell phone, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot over my contact information. And then also too, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to see if you're not you per se, but if your property fits, we have this new program where at times like I'm able to give somebody that the price that they're looking to get. So what I'll do is I'll shoot you over an email that kind of goes into that has a little bit of literature to kind of explain it a bit better. So when I come back and if it does qualify, you'll have somewhat of familiarity, like what I'm talking about, because this is a new program. It is something a bit different out there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I'll shoot that on over to you. I think I have you over at B.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. So I'll shoot you on over that information so you can check that out. I could give you a call back in a half hour. I don't know if that's too late for you.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, I just want to make sure. And then generally the next call will only take about 5 minutes. We'll go, I'll go over with you what the property qualifies for and such like that. And then I'll let you know if it did in fact qualify for that program that I was mentioning about earlier. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, Chris. Now, did you have any other questions for me in the meantime?
No, I do not.
All right, great. Well, let me shoot that on over. First, you'll probably get that text message from me, and then I'm going to shoot over that email to you, and then I'll give you a call back within the half hour. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
All righty. I appreciate your time. All right, bye. Oh, he's a hard ass. I love hard asses.
They're pretty easy to just let them run the conversation. If you just ask them good questions, they'll just go.
Uh-oh, did we lose her?
Uh-oh. We might have lost her. That's all right. So, Corey, what were the numbers that you were finding on the property there?
ARV in that is around 150. He's correct, 140 to 150. So depending on the condition, as long as he seems like what he's saying, I feel like it's in okay condition. I think 100 would work. I would like to see her lock it up at 90 for novation. Obviously, wholesale, you'd probably have to be around 75, 80, you know. See if we can get her back.
Well, we're waiting for her to come back, so I have something to tell you guys about here. So if you guys were tuned in last Thursday, you guys would have seen the one and only RJ Bates live with us. And he made a challenge, and I'm going to show you guys what that challenge is now, because I just got word 2 minutes ago that it got accepted. And so here's the backstory for you guys.
Here's what I want to do. I feel really bad for Aaron Bevins because every year I roast his ass, and then he finishes in last place, and he says he's a good closer. So what I want to do is I want to challenge Aaron Bevins next Thursday live on here.
Ooh.
I dial once, he dials once, back and forth. I dial, he dial. And we see who can actually close more deals live. So, Aaron, this is the king going down to the lowest peasant in the pecking order, okay? We'll do it the Christmas Eve, all right? I'll still close shit. So, come on, Aaron. Let's go. So, there you go.
So that right there will be happening on Thursday. That'll be happening on Thursday. So, Corey, how did you get introduced to Novations?
Being in the mastermind. I was in a mastermind out in Florida. Guy did a presentation. In these masterminds, you do a presentation on your business. And in his business there locally in Florida, he did $2.2 million in 2019. And half of it was in Novations. And I was like, what the heck is a Novation? So he presented on it. I learned his model. And then I went out to took it upon myself to go out in the industry and find out who is all the people doing it and teaching it, bought all their courses, bought some mentorship, and kind of picked a piece from everyone, what they're doing, and completed my own Novation strategy and did it nationwide. I feel like I'm probably one of the first ones who are doing it nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, just being in masterminds. That's what's so great about being in different masterminds. I've, at any given time, right now I'm in 3, but I'm usually in like 5 or 6 at any given time. So.
How did you guys perfect the dispo system for that, or getting realtor partners in local areas to be able to pick them up? Because I'm sure pitching that Novation is a little bit different, or, they may run with your listing or all sorts of different things.
That just came from trial and error. In the beginning when we were doing this, we were doing it with flat fee listing companies, but those guys suck. They don't help navigate through the retail process. On the back end, you want to be able to have a realtor boots on the ground who's like almost like your team member working with you, orchestrating those walkthroughs, taking pictures if they need to, making sure the inspection's getting done on time, the appraisal's getting done. And so we get those realtors the same way we used to get our buyers on wholesale. On wholesale, we used to call up realtors, nationwide or in that market and ask them if they had any off-market buyers because we have any pocket buyers because we have an off-market property. And it's the same kind of pitch. We're just calling those realtors and asking them first if they do have any pocket buyers who'd be interested in a property over on 123 Main Street. And if not, would they be interested in listing the property on our behalf and explaining to them exactly what we're doing. Some of them will know what a Novation is, and some you're going to have to educate. And sometimes you might have to call 2, 3, or 5 before one takes the deal, because some of them are like, oh, that looks a little shaky. What are you guys doing there? How do we know you're even you got this attorney in fact signed with the seller? How do we know you have the rights to sell the property? And this is also key too. If your rapport is really good with the seller, like Sonja is really good at doing, you can go back to the seller and say, hey, can you explain to this realtor that we're doing the concierge service for you on your behalf? So they can become your partner in many ways, because it's all about transparency and rapport when you're doing novations. But realtors, they're out there hustling just like we are. They need deals. And we're bringing them deals with commission baked in on a silver platter. So that is why they love it. Like you might have to call 2, 3, 4, or 5, but you will find one.
Sure.
And
I see what you're
the
saying.
way we find them, we just go to realtor.com. Go to realtor.com and look for all the rockstar realtors who represented sellers there, and just start
Sure.
calling.
I see what you're saying. I mean, there's going to be realtors in every market. That's a given. So I see, just search him up on realtor.com. And Jamari, he says, I like the Novation concept. Pace Morby does this a lot also. This is going to be a much different concept than what Pace teaches. Pace's Novation is going to be putting I don't know, something like a mechanics lien almost against it, where you're going to be fronting the cash for a repair and then listing it with them as a partner. This is going to be taking properties that don't need the repairs for it already. Is that right, Corey?
For the most part, I mean, we do some repairs. Know your financial risk threshold when you start doing this model. Know what you're getting into. So if your financial risk threshold is not to do any repairs, keep the real nice, pretty houses. Novate them. And like I said, if you list them cash and conventional, you can do a buyer credit. Cool. Sonya's back. Hey, Sonya, I think we're almost in the money on that one. Just from Component, I see about a 140-ish ARV, 150 tops. I mean, at 100, we could probably novate it right at 100. But if you could get them at 90, we definitely got a deal.
Okay.
Mario wants to know if you are implementing creative financing nationwide.
Yes, we will be. Yep.
Creative is so fun to pitch.
Yep.
Gene, he was at the bar and it's late there. He ended up getting kicked out. So he says, thank you guys. He won't be able to make it back on for the rest of the evening, but he says he'd be down if you guys ever want to come back. No worries on it.
It's great.
And I'm sorry if people are making comments and stuff, I'm not really seeing them because I'm working. So I'm not attempting
No worries.
to or anybody. If you read something, then I'm. But
I'm going to be I'm supposed to be your comment concierge anyway, so no worry in that. William,
Okay,
thank
cool.
you, Corey, for your brilliant novation style. So Michael then wants to know, why don't you guys speak about the literature while on the phone, the novation literature on the phone? Why do it in a second follow-up?
Because you just want to your first call is just getting all the information, letting them know, hey, your property may qualify for this, because we don't know for sure. So I'm going to start it out that way, as well as I'm going to give them the information. I'm giving them the literature on it so then they can see for themselves, because everybody learns in a different style. I can talk about it. If the person's not an audio listener and is a visual listener, it's going to shoot me in the foot a little bit. So that's why I go ahead pre-prep saying, hey, I'm going to see if this qualifies. I'm going to send you over the email information with the video. Check it out. So then when we talk afterwards, they have a better understanding what I'm talking about, instead of just attempting to educate somebody on the first call. That's just a lot to take in with that first call. You're just engaging and just getting more of what's going on with them.
We send them a credibility video. It's a little video that we made off Fiverr. It's a little cartoon video that explains the process in very layman terms. So we let them see that credibility video first, let that sink in before she goes back for the close.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there's different styles. I mean, there are people who can, if you want to put the homeowner on hold, tell them, no, you're talking with the underwriter, I mean, there's just different styles of closing.
And to learn the best way to run those styles, make sure that you guys are going to bit.ly/NovationNation so you guys can get in with Corey and figure out how he's doing stuff. I mean, being hand-taught by him, why wouldn't you want to do it?
Oh, hey, are you still doing that special, or is that for something else, Corey, that we were talking about?
Oh, yeah. So the first 5 signups, I'll be willing to actually work with you on getting your first novation deal closed. So if you go out there and lock a deal up, I understand that there's a lot of it takes a lot to run novations and how the transaction works to walk all the way through it. So the first 5 people who sign up today, I will get on the phone with you personally when you lock a deal up and help you transact that deal. Me or my team, because my team understands how to do it very well.
That's huge. That's huge right there. I mean, you guys, that's a free deal. It's a free deal right there. As long as you guys can
First
find
5
somebody.
people, I can't do that with everybody. Obviously, we do have a mastermind too that we do it. I help out my students there, but on the course, that's a course. That's just a course. But I will for the first 5 signups in that course. You can consult with me on your first deal.
Perfect. Michael says, can you guys play a version of the video? I think that that's some content that you guys should be referring to the course for. If you are really interested in getting it done, dude, just join that. I mean, how much does it cost, Corey? 2,000?
Yeah, 1997.
1997, guys. When you're looking at most mentorships and stuff, those are in like the, $5,000 to $10,000 range, and then they've got all these different add-ons on top of it. Do you have a sign-up link? It's going to be right here. I'm putting it for you.
NovationNation.com.
So I'm calling California one right now.
Perfect.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, this is Sonia. How are you doing today? Yeah, this is Sonia. I was calling in regards to the inquiry about the property over in Newark that you're looking to sell now or here in the near future.
1 minute. 1 minute. I'll call you back.
He said 1 minute, he'll call me back. English not very good. I couldn't even say the name. So one thing that I just do when I can't say somebody's name, I just say, "Oh, hey, this is Sonia. How are you?" I don't even
Just skip
try to
over
say
it.
this one.
Assume it's the right person. Yeah, I do that too sometimes. I know your exact situation. I saw you looking at that and you were like, not worth it. I'm going to butcher his name and he's going to, it's going to be a little bit of an awkward start.
Okay, let's see if somebody on your show can like figure out how to say this name. If I type it over in the comments, will they see it?
They will see it. Yep.
All right.
Or I can put
Holy
it in there
crap,
for everybody.
There's that many comments in here? Jeez Louise, people. I can't get in there.
I don't know if you put it in the private chat, I'll put it in the
Yeah, I'll throw it
comments
in the
here.
private. All right, here. Like, there you go. That face said it all right there.
That's a tough one.
Babu.
Ramesh Babu. That's like 2 names. I don't know. I've never seen that one. I've seen a lot of ethnic names, but I've never seen that one specifically. I wonder if you put both his first name and last name together and the form on accident.
No, it's just pulled over that it's all just copied and paste. So this is the
I'm
guy's
seeing, yeah.
name. I'm pretty sure. Because even in the email, it's like very close to his name.
No, yeah, because his last name is also difficult.
Oh, you see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip him.
Fernando, that is not New Jersey. No, that is going to be in Newark, California.
But
And
the other
then,
guy that I was speaking with is in Michigan. That's why I asked for permission if it was okay to give him a call back, because it's like what 7:30 over there now, and it's going to be about 7:45 by the time I give him a call back, ish.
This person here wants to know if this is REI Reply that you guys are using.
No, we're using Freedom Soft.
Freedom Soft. So I figured.
I'm not familiar with REI Reply. I'm really familiar with Podio. We've been using the Freedom Soft because it doesn't break down like Podio does. So yeah, I can go on and on about that part of things because the other part of my specialty is I was like a Podio queen. I was like in and out of that thing really well. And now I'm learning to be a Freedom Soft one. So
it makes sense.
Yeah, you don't have the issues. You don't have the breakdown Like all of a sudden, oh, my Podio's not working. Great. Now what do I do?
No,
Back
I've
it up
heard a
on
couple people
Excel?
have that problem. Yeah.
So, all right. Where are you? What do we call this one?
Sweet.
Washington sounds good. It's only 4:30 there.
Hi, you have reached Troy's mobile lottery card. I want to thank everyone.
He wants to thank everybody.
Was that the Google Fi thing? Anybody tried that?
I'm not sure what he said.
He's asking if that was Google Fi. Gene's made it back to us from within his car. Look at that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And then he lags out.
What?
Loud and clear. Thank you.
Loud and choppy.
Yeah. That was a tough one.
Ugh. All right. So if I can't say their names, I won't say it. I just say, hi, this is Sonia.
Just skip over it. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I've signed contracts that way, too.
Please leave your message for
Wah, wah.
Close, but not quite. Are you just looking to try and find a really good lead?
Not just that. I'm looking to find the state just because in regards with time.
Gotcha. Let's see
So
here.
something that's only maybe an hour difference instead of like we're creeping into some places is almost 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Oh, well, let's call Jesus.
Oh, man. I accidentally put this lead in the public chat. Oops.
Everybody call it.
Yeah, I guess. They're about to get a bunch of dials.
You're fired.
Yeah. Oops. I just put a lead in the private chat that will be from
Oh, thought I was going to. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
and that one will be from Arizona.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again.
Michael says 1 bed, 1 bath. That's probably worth $800K in Cali. You know, somebody on I want to say a month and a half ago, they bought a $650 lead, an iSpeed lead that was in California. It was something like a $2 million property, and they ended up getting it locked up for, I want to say I think it was like a $2.7 million ARV, and they ended up getting it locked up at 1.9. I'll have to
Nice.
follow up and see if they ended up making any money on it, because once you get to those price points, everything's kind of arbitrary.
Hello?
Hi, yes, I was looking for Kenneth.
This is his wife. How may I help you?
Oh, yeah, this is Sonia. I was just trying to follow up. I had seen earlier that somebody had put in their information. I'm assuming it's him since he put his name in there, looking to sell the property out in Sun City.
Oh, no, we're not selling it anymore. Sorry.
Oh, what changed?
Just everything family and whatnot, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope everything gets better.
Yeah, us too. Thank you.
All right, have a great one.
Her first reaction was, "Who is this?"
Why is this woman calling
Yeah.
my husband? This is wife.
This is his wife?
I would still follow up on that one. Just because they're not looking to sell now, because they're and I was still able to find out what had happened. I wasn't afraid to ask that next question instead of just kind of letting it go. So
Yep.
it's a family thing right now. That doesn't mean that they won't be ready to sell, not too far
No.
along.
If you guys have been listening closely to what Sonya's been saying, she hasn't asked a single yes or no question. Every single one of her questions is open-ended that allows the seller to then freestyle off of it and give their own unique answer, right? One person I heard ask a question similar to do you have granite countertops? And they said no. Well, then where do you go from there, right? Then it's just kind of, okay, you got to ask another question, and all of a sudden you're doing 95% of the talking, asking these one-word answer questions. But all of Sonya's questions are so great, like, oh man, what changed? Right? It's like 4 words, and she's going to get some great information that'll be all money for her.
Nope. So what I just tried to call right now, guys, was that one from the very, very beginning, the Eugene guy, where the phone is dialing, but then it's not just going to anything, it just stops. So it's always worth a shot.
Something might have changed. Corey thinks that you should call back the guy who wants 100 for his house because it was already in the money there.
Yeah, no, that's the next one. So
Sweet.
I just figure I'd try this one real quick. And the other guy was Chris, and just giving him time because making sure that he looked at the information, read the information, watched the video and such like that. So you got to give people time too as well. Let's not get too eager beaver, what do they call it? Commission breath. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this one, blah, 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 blah. Slow down. It's okay. If they're going to do something, they're going to do something with you. It'll be fine. But I understand too, you don't want to have somebody else kind of jump in there. But these are PPC leads. It's a different kind of animal versus the other types of leads that are out there that everybody and their brother is calling, and then their mother, and then their sister, and so on and so forth. All right, make it to him. But I can do that for 100, right? If I can't get them down.
Yeah. He's in the money already at 100. Do what you can now. You do you.
I got you. Chris?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, it's Sonya. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I still hear the kiddos back there. Sound like they're having a good old time. Oh, did I lose you?
What is it?
Okay. No, it just got really cool. It got really silent there. I wasn't sure if I lost you.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to follow up. I was able to speak with the underwriter and I got some information. Did you get the email and such that I sent over to you?
Yeah, I just received it.
Okay. I'm guessing you weren't able to take a look at things?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did look at it. Okay, great. All right. So like I said, this will only take about 5 minutes. And I mean, do you think like once after we review over this stuff and I'm able to give you the offer that you'll be able to make the decision on whether you like to sell to us or not?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So I did speak with them in regards to the house and where you're looking at. The 60 days would not be an issue, but I will say this. In order to get as close to the number that you're at least looking for, okay, let me rewind back real quick. So this did end up qualifying for that concierge service I was telling you about. But the whole thing is that, and the reason being, like only a small amount of properties actually get qualified for it. But the reason I'm just going to even just go off of that versus the other one, because this way, the concierge service is going to be a lot closer to your number than like just doing the other offer. I just don't even want to waste your time with that. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. And so I know you got a little bit of that information with that concierge service, and I'm going to kind of go into that a little bit more. Since we are in the business of buying properties and selling properties and such like that, that we're able to, leverage our network of realtors, investors, and we're able to partner up, with the buyer to get that net number that you're currently looking for. I mean, how does that kind of sound so far?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So I know that a lot of people, they always say, okay, hey, what's the catch with this? Like, what's going on? Like, how can you do all this and whatnot? What's required? I will say this, that it is a little bit of added paperwork. We will need like the access, be able to walk through the property during the time. And then as well to a little bit of extra time, which works well in your situation because you're at least looking for that 60-day time period. Correct?
Correct.
And then as well too, nothing changes. There's still no closing costs, commissions, fees, nothing that's coming out of your pocket. Also too, we handle any of the repairs that may be needed to get the property to the finishing line of things, as well if there's any inspections that were going to be needed, appraisals, if we end up, pulling this in with the realtor, anything to do with the title companies and such like that. We take care of all those things. Like I said in that literature, it's like that white glove concierge service. I mean, how does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So with that all being said and done, I'll get to the nuts and bolts of it all. They ended up telling me that the property qualified for was right at 97,563.
97,000?
563.
That's the best you can do?
Why do you ask that? That's a great question.
I mean, I was asking 100.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, we're not too far apart. I mean, is there any way we could like meet in the middle with things? I mean, would that work, or you just right on that 100?
I mean, we can meet in the middle.
Okay. Hold on, my math is not very quick. I'll be like completely honest. I use a calculator. So I'm gonna push it up a little for you. So let me do this. Can I put you on a quick hold real quick? Let me see. Let me get in touch. Let me get the okay, because if I just push this through, they're gonna bite me in the ass. So can I put you on hold real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, Chris, you there? All right, perfect. All right. So I got them to come up. I got it at the 98,863, which is I got you just a little bit more than where you were even coming back at us with. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. So basically the next step here, I mean, if all sounds good to you, is that I draft up the agreement, and it normally will take me maybe about, because I'm kind of slow, about 15 minutes to type that all up and to give you a call back to review it over.
Okay.
So will you be available to talk in the next 15 minutes after I get that drafted up? Because I'm sure you don't want to hang on the phone for that long.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay. All right. So yeah, give me that. Let me type it up, and then I'll circle back around with you, and then we'll go over everything. And then what I'll do too is I'll text you as soon as it's in your inbox. So it then gives you a little bit of time before I give you a call back as well to kind of look everything over in regards with the paperwork. Okay.
You got it.
All right, Chris. I'll be talking back with you shortly.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
Boom. He said I can meet in the middle.
Lock it up.
All right, you guys can go ahead and talk while I type.
So Corey, from your point of view, somebody who's done these novations before, what were some things that Sonja was implementing to her advantage there? Or what do you think that guy was feeling as he was, after he looked over the stuff that had been emailed to him?
I promise you the credibility video put him at ease exactly what the process was. And that's why it was so easy for her to just, get him to agree with the whole concierge service. Because
He had no questions.
It answers all the questions. It breaks it down to like a third grader could understand it. Literally, I had that credibility video done up on Fiverr. It cost me, I think it was like $70, $70 or $80. Anyone can go do it on Fiverr. Just get a VA to do it, and it looks great. So I mean,
And that's why you give them the time too, instead of taking the time of trying to educate and whatnot. Most people, you want to do things at like a third grade level.
That's why you guys got to go to Novation Nation and sign up Seriously, if you guys want to be able to lock up deals as easily as that and have all the content media that they have ready to do it without any setup for yourself, I mean, first off, Corey, how much time have you put into putting all these docs together, right?
Oh, a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then how much does all that cost?
Yeah, it's cost me thousands. I've had multiple real estate attorneys, draft up
And then
different
the
documents.
time too.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I have my credibility video in the course. Obviously, you just want to, you could give it to the VA, and he just put your name, your company on there, and do the voiceover with your company's name. Very easy for them to do, though, and they'll have the format to work from.
Oh, so they already have the editing file, so they can just change it with no.
Yeah, just send it over to the VA. He could change it all up. I even think I have the VA, or if you reach out to me, who made the video for me, and he knows exactly what you'd want if you ask him. So he could make one for you. That's revolved around around your company.
I think Jay hit the nail on the head. Didn't sound like a sales call in the least. And that's how you build like organic rapport. Just like that. You talk to them like they're a person, not like they're a prospect. You listen to them. When you saw they said something that was stressful in their life, Sonja physically changed her facial expression to adapt into feeling what that person was feeling. One thing that I'm so big on is facial expression, but B, body language too. The way that you're physically sitting, you're physically or moving around, that's going to come across. So for me, I talk with my hands when I'm on the phone, especially because when you're in person, right? And when you can see somebody face to face, you're able to interact with your facial expressions, right? Now, you can't do that when you're on the phone. So you have to be 5 times as expressive to get the same message across. And when you're physically changing your facial expression and changing your body language, it makes it so much easier to convey that same expression or emotion than you otherwise would if you're just trying to, keep a straight face, but pretend like you're, upset about something that they're going through. But Sonja definitely tapped into, like, I'm so sorry you're going through that, sunk her head low, furrowed her brow, all of that. And that's what you guys got to be adapting. And it makes it sound so much less salesy. A lot of people jump into what I call call voice, which is where the second they get on the phone, it's, projecting loud, clear, right? And you think like that's the way you want to go, but in reality, you still want to be clear, but the projecting where it's like, hey, is it John? John, nice to see you today, right? You just sound animated, and it works to your detriment in the short and long term. So beyond just providing all this stuff as far as what you need to do, what kind of teaching do you guys have on like how you can implement this? What kind of leads you want to target? How you get those leads in your pipeline? Do you guys teach all that as well?
We teach it in the mastermind. The course is directly derivative to novations only, assuming that you already have a company in place, bringing leads in. And now in my mastermind, which is different than what we're talking about here, I teach how to do lead gen with PPC. I teach how to do normal wholesaling, how to do the nationwide model. I teach all that in the mastermind. That's an ongoing mastermind, but this course that we're talking about here is just novations only. But I would say, coupled with speed to lead, you're good with lead flow. Like PPC leads are the perfect lead for novations, in my opinion, because you're not targeting to that distressed type seller. And it's just, they work so well for it. So you just couple it with the speed to lead and then novations, and you're good to go.
What's really nice is on the speed to lead with the auto buy platform, there's so many leads that don't end up selling because they don't have those super high motivation factors, such as, the property being in really poor condition. And this is like the best way to utilize, that other half of the game where it's those leads that are going to be a lot cheaper for you guys on the platform because they don't have those same motivation indicators. But also so that the leads that you guys are getting through your organic business, you guys can convert on, another 50% that otherwise just don't fit the wholesale model. The wholesale model is it's honestly a really small box. And if you don't expand your game, you're giving away free money is essentially what you're doing. You're just throwing checks away. And so Sonja, what you're doing right now, you're putting the agreement together?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You
Now, when you send agreements, when you are getting agreements ready, and then you call them back and then you talk them through the agreement as you have it through.
Yeah. Well, also too, if as I say on the phone, like I give it to them beforehand so they can take that time to look through it. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is they feel comfortable enough, they'll just end up signing it without me having to go through it.
Oh, I see. So how do you start? You send it over, then you wait like 10 or 15, 20 minutes, and then you call them?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So give them a chance. I really like that. For me, I'm an impatient person. I like getting things done now, getting them done quickly. Let me just call this person, let me move on it. But I think there's a lot that I can take away as far as, playing a little bit more of the waiting game or taking your time with it and letting them work their own, internal systems before I try to call them and influence their internal systems. Because if it goes the right way, I want it to go anyways. Why would I, be concerned?
Right.
I like
And as
that.
well too, it's like you might save yourself a whole bunch of time.
Yeah, a ton of time, effort, confusion. There's always the you run the risk of explaining it poorly, and next thing you know, they're upset with themselves for agreeing to whatever you're saying. And if you would just let it be, you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. I like that. I'll definitely be implementing that in my own business, and I'm going to see how that affects stuff, because that's certainly something I don't do as regularly as I now know that I should. Chris Chavez says Sonja is a sales beast. She's one of the most authentic people in the real estate business.
Aw. I'm gonna Venmo.
Yeah, you can screenshot that and you can put it on, your social media website, whatever. There you go.
Right.
So Sonja, what would the time frame be to when you're going to give a call back to the seller? Would it be in the next about 10 minutes or so, or would you wait longer than that?
It's still generating right now.
Gotcha.
So that's the one thing. So there's certain things I still have to put in to make it live, to get it pushed over. So everything is inside. The cool thing with Freedom Soft is everything is all inside of it. So I'm able to generate the contract in there. So I have the dialer system in there and I have the DocuSign system in there. So it's all in there. It's all in one thing. So it makes it really easy. There's a couple of things I still have to do just to make sure that everything is correct. So it does take a little time. So like what I was saying with the other guy, I'm like, hey, I'm slow. It'll take me this long. So because it generally does. And then as well too, just the talking and stuff like that kind of slows me down.
Well, it makes sense. What I would say is we're getting right up to that 3-hour mark and people are starting to tune out now. So I want to leave it on a high action note. So for Corey, could you just explain that for the first 5 people thing again, and then we can probably just sign it off?
Yeah, for the first 5 people who do sign up, I will help walk you through your first novation deal. So when you go out there and have that novation conversation and you get the paperwork signed and you need a little hand holding on that deal, because we understand it's a new type of deal structure you've never done before, I will help you out. Reach out to me, DM me on Facebook, say, hey, I was one of those first people that signed up on the course. And actually, I'll look into my system and see who the first 5
you'll be able,
are.
yeah, you'll be
I'll
able to see
out.
that way.
Yeah, I'll reach out and be like, hey, I see you're one of the first ones that signed up, and you utilize me to help you conduct your first novation deal. So
pretty much, guys, what's going to happen is if you sign up, one of the first 5 people to sign up on the link that is being put in the chat over and over again right now, you're going to get a free deal done. Pretty much like you're going to have your hand held throughout the whole thing. That in and of itself is going to be worth. And you're going to get the training. I mean, I would pay for $2,000 for Corey to do a deal for me right now. All right. That's as much of a JV. That costs as much of a JV as a JV does. So
yeah,
we got JV deal pretty much locked up live, and we'll get that chopped up and sent over to you guys. But other than that, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been great. We will have Aaron Bevins and RJ Bates on this Thursday, and you'll see us marketing the hell out of it, because why wouldn't we? Other than that, we're probably going to be live. Yeah, yep, the Closers Olympics. They've got some, beef going on. They, play off of each other.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on that, but my the dates.
Bummer.
I couldn't make it.
It was a fun
Yeah.
event. And you would have done really well. You know, I'm not.
Yeah. No, Elijah
you-
reached out to me personally. To be
that's
on it.
awesome.
And yeah, I it saddened me. I had to turn it down.
You would have killed it. You know, I think that there were a lot of people on there who were there because they were big names, not because they could close deals. I think you're somebody who could have gone on there and really closed deals, done it as it should have been done. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're going to call it here. Have a lovely night.
We'll keep you in the loop on this deal. Reach out to us about it tomorrow.
Sweet. We'll do.
Okay.
Are you looking to implement pay-per-click advertising into your real estate business? iSpeedTheLead.com is an a la carte PPC marketplace, allowing investors to get into the world of PPC on a budget. Browse and purchase PPC leads a la carte from all around the United States. These leads are from motivated sellers who want to sell now. So if you want to find motivated sellers using PPC, go to iSpeedTheLead.com. We got you.